traveling from Torpal, trying to shake the Red Ravager off of your tail, with a 2,500-year-old map that showed you the potential location for the legendary treasure of Sindal, the combined riches of a 20-world empire that existed 2,500 years ago and collapsed under a civil war. They had achieved incredible heights of technology up to tech level 15, but had since vanished into the pages of history. Along the way, you encountered a bunch of things. All of this, by the way, came from Nandi, who was the BWAP associate of Kar, the noble from the Imperium. You had recovered his glasses after an unfortunate accident with some acid. And the glasses had on their inner surface writing in a foreign language. The foreign language turned out to be the language of one of the chief adversaries of the Imperium, called the Jodani. The Jodani don't have any territory in the Trojan Reaches, which is where you are now. So it was truly bizarre that, one, you would find writings of theirs here, and two, that it would be as part of a built-in computer system in the eyeglasses of the BWAP. Nandi, who is, as far as you know, still recovering from his terrible acid burns back on Torpal. You were very successful at thwarting the Red Ravager as they sought you, both first at Torpal and then sought to try to follow you to wherever your destination was. At Torpal, you actually used the Imperium's own might against the Red Ravager and brought a 5,000-ton PF Sloan class fleet security vessel up against their measly 300-ton carrier. You had originally had some issue with the Admiral, who was an enemy of yours, not responding to your calls, but after the Hound of War laid out what was going on, his crew misheard the Admiral giving commands and brought the ship to bear, and the Admiral couldn't by any means stand them down, because at that point it was clearly that you were under attack. You survived that, and eventually you found your way to Noricum. Noricum was the capital of the Sindal Empire some 2,500 years ago, and incidentally, or not incidentally, the home world of Varn, who grew up in the wilds of Noricum. Not an easy feat, because the Noricum and the Sindal Empire was renowned, especially the Civil War, for using biological weapons against their own people, and nuclear weapons and fusion weapons against their own people, the devastation of which still exists in different ways today, 2,500 years later, whether it's a mutated species or a mysterious illness that'll wipe out a village, or whether it's an area of radiation that should have cooled off 2,500 years and just hasn't for some reason. Those things still exist on Noricum. Sadly, when you arrived at Noricum, you found the Red Ravager hanging in orbit over Noricum, waiting for you, and engaged in a tete-a-tete conversation with the pirate known as Rex Regina, until they were close enough and opened up with an incredible salvo of missiles. The missiles did tremendous amounts of damage to Kar's yacht, but the EMP blasts took everything offline. In a fit of tactical rage, Tell, knowing that the ship was dead, and they're being shown, of course, is I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but on my screen I got to see
Rex Regina.
Rex Regina, yes. Tell, in a fit of tactical rage, knocked the valves off of all of the access points to the liquid hydrogen fuel store and flooded the ship in 0G with liquid hydrogen, which became gaseous hydrogen, which was then very much mixed with the oxygen from the life support system. All it needed was one simple spark. You all piled into the 20-ton launch, and thank you. You all piled into the 20-ton launch, and ripped yourself out of the failing starship, with Tell screaming, "Light it up!" As you pulled away. I believe that Egto was in the turret, the Hound of War. And Egto looked across the increasing space between the launch and the ship, and what he saw gave him pause. The people boarding the ship were not your average pirates, but they were heavily equipped in millions and millions of credits worth of battle dress, which is physically augmenting, effectively power armor. Not the sort of thing your run-of-the-mill pirates would have. And as he stared through his canopy into the eyes of the soldiers, he did not pull the trigger. The launch spiraled away from the still floating but somewhat wrecked safari ship that was Cars, blew past the Red Ravenger and made for landfall just as fast as it possibly could. The Red Ravenger was having none of that and released a surprisingly restrained number of missiles, which turned out to be EMP bombs, which did not help the floundering launch's trajectory. But Tell managed to salvage the ship at the last possible moment and bring her down over about a 3-kilometer stretch of land, which to this day, 2 days later, still bears a ditch and some probably burning wood.
And a pleasant smell, I'm sure.
And a pleasant smell, yes. She let the magic out of all the technology, and the smoke has risen. You were all injured from the concussive landing that you lived through. All of you lived through. You did your best at first aid to no avail, and you had to follow Varn through the wilds of Noricum. Not something you ever want to do, even on a pleasure trip. And this was not under the ideal of circumstances. But after a days of hard hiking, and after hearing the sound of a hypersonic vessel going to supersonic, the boom that follows that, knowing that the Red Ravenger or some of her subcraft were inbound, you found Barnes Village. And they met you with open arms. They were so happy to see their wayward son, who is long time traveled, and of course there's not any real way to write. They prepared a great feast for you, and Varn's grandmother regaled you in a language that most of you didn't know, of all of the embarrassing stories of Varn when he was a kid, and showed you pictures of all the embarrassing things that parents who have no real sense of decorum because of the age of time will do, because it simply amuses them. And as you lived through that, they applied both medicinal herbs and tech level 10 panaceas to you to stave off any of the infections that you had from the jungle and to nurse you back to health. The very next day, you traveled with Varn's father in what they call their Jeep, which is really an open 10-ton air raft, which he drives very poorly, but at least very slowly, so no permanent damage is done to you. Wrecking bits and pieces of the forest as he traveled, he knew the area you needed to go to from the map and brought you there. You traveled into a cave, which at first looked natural, but at the very end, back of the cave, there was some superstructure and some smooth walls and every indication that there was something technological behind it. And despite the fact that the map that you had was certainly 2,500 plus years old, and therefore the technology here must certainly be 2,500 years old, you were met by a functional sentry door with a light on and everything. And after quickly determining that the door could basically shoot either a force beam or a laser beam. It was unclear. You figured out how to use the map itself as the key you needed to open the facility. And it is as that door opens that we resume our session.
Indeed.
All right.
Lights flicker. You can hear them. And the room beyond the door reveals itself.
Sweet.
In incredible juxtaposition to the natural cave formations that you are all around you, the inside of the facility looks like a high-tech workplace. You have clearly high-tech floors, tiles that are meant to be easily cleaned. In the space beyond the door, you see that there's an area easily 20 feet by about 60 feet that is a sort of a lounge area, and it looks comfortable. The chairs are comfortable. The tables are nice. It does, however, look somewhat damaged, and the whole feeling would not be complete if it wasn't for the lounge music that just sort of kicks up. Not lounge, the waiting room music. Even after 2,500 years, I guess humans have a certain ideal for what lounge music should be, what waiting room music should be, elevator music, because it sounds similar to the girl from Ipanema, but it's not, right? Because it couldn't possibly be. It's 2,500 years. It would be a perfectly pleasant waiting room if it were not for the piles of bodies. Bones draped in the tatters of military uniforms are strewn in the run-up to what appear to be 4 waist-high kiosks that you can walk between. There doesn't appear to be anything to stop you from walk between, but Varn doesn't know this, but the rest of you have been in facilities where you have to wave your hand or look at something or wave a badge, and then it goes beep, beep, and you walk through it, like if you're going onto the subway or something like that. And here you have a railing and these 4 kiosks that separate the lounge area where high-tech workers must have gone to and from what is obviously some sort of a security booth. And there's a 12-foot tall droid on the other side of the security booth that is just sitting dormant with what appears to be a Gatling gun and rockets on its shoulders. It's sort of slumped slightly forward. More disturbing than that is something that looks like a high-powered energy cannon that is on a what do you call the thing that you put like machine guns on? A pin begins with a P.
Pintle?
Pintle. Thank you very much. It's clearly on a pintle because form follows function. So it's on a pintle, even though it's 2,500 years old. The lights in the room continue to flicker on. The screens on the walls on the other side of the security kiosks flicker to life, and you see text you don't quite understand scrolling across them. And finally, the lights inside the security booth come to life, which is a little stunning because there is the silhouette of someone in the security booth.
Don't pay attention to the man behind the security booth. How about is there a door? Can we not get it?
Yeah, you know what? If you look at the roll 20, it's all there, and I would ask Lee to make sure that they can see the.
Oh yeah, we'll make sure.
Yeah, so if you I'm seeing you guys should be able to see through. You just have to. There's no floor there, but you have to walk through this black square where there's the void, basically.
Sweet.
Sweet, doesn't stop us. Cool. Ooh. I mean, before just charging through, I guess it'd be a good idea to, check the bodies, maybe see if they have some sort of ID card that might have survived this time.
I don't know. They kind of look like bones to me.
Plastic or metal, you never know.
Ecto, you're checking the body?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, you know several things right off the bat. Number one, these were military soldiers. They had
shoot.
the armor has melted to their bones. Right? You're guessing that's the work of that fusion cannon on the other side of those on the other side of the kiosks, right? The second thing you know is they were assaulting it. They were trying to make their way in, and they were killed. You'll find the remnants of a lab coat on one of these bodies, and around the bones of what must have been an arm, you find a hand computer.
Ooh. I guess I pick it up, and
when you pick it up, a small cylinder ejects from it. And the cylinder sort of lights up. It's got a little green light on it. You don't really recognize what that is, but it's not a stylus. It was meant to be embedded in the computer somehow, and the fact that it's been so long and you picked it up just ejected. The fact that the light is still blinking after 2,500 years is very interesting. Barn, what are you doing? This place says no all over it. My number is no. My sign is no. Going this way is no. Everything they taught you as a young Aslan, if you see this, go no further. It's all here. Like the abandoned tech, the fact that it's in great shape, the fact that it has power, the fact that there are bodies everywhere. I mean, could it be any clearer that you shouldn't go in? Like your entire childhood is reverberating inside you saying, this is the bad place.
Pat, just to be quick, people are saying there's buffering in chat. Chat, I'm not going to see you anymore. Pat, cut anything that you have accessing the internet that's not essential. Any other tabs other than view, and if necessary, cut your own video from the meets. Just so... Alright, sorry, I was just giving everyone an update. Resume, my bad.
Varn will be effectively in a battle stance with both his shield and sword out. He's just ready to pounce at anything that moves towards us or away from us.
Now, does this look? Oh, okay.
Go ahead,
I'll let you finish with
Barn. Your ears go up, and you can hear this music playing from the walls. You don't see anywhere it's coming from. It's just coming from the walls themselves, and it's sort of peaceful, gentle music. But you hear as the Hound of War is stepping over the bodies, and the bones are being crunched and falling to dust. Like you hear that, and it's visceral on your ears. Your ears will twitch. Go ahead, Cole.
All right. It does this situation, like I guess for whatever bay this is. So it looks like at least that computer's still working. Can we tell if like the turrets are still working? I must have missed that part.
No. There's really nothing on the turret that tells you whether it is working or not. The evidence suggests to other people.
Yeah, the evidence suggests it is.
The evidence suggested it worked at one point.
Yeah.
Want to throw a rock at it, see if it takes?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm gonna throw like maybe.
Throw it over.
That seems kind of rude. I don't know if I want to throw one of these bones. But...
Throw one of the bones. They're not using them.
Yeah. Let's throw one of these.
Stand in front of Varn just as if anything comes our way, I'd be in the way.
Wait, I thought you were Varn.
He is Varn.
Oh,
no, I said I'm gonna stand in front of you.
Oh, yes. I thought you said I'm going to stand in front of Varn. I was like, whoa.
Disturbing the tomb of others, not good.
Yeah, you're right.
A little bit of
if this is a tomb.
You.
So, can I throw that bone? Let's see if that hurts.
You go pick up the bone, and you're like, I bet I can hit that gun from here. In the meantime, Tell, what are you doing?
Well, I actually advised that you can hear me, right? I was muted for a while.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't realize I was muted until now. But yeah, no, I would advise them to go ahead and warm up the bone with your hands a little bit to give it a sensation of heat, just in case there's a heat sensor attached to the turret.
Nice.
Because we don't want to risk
Nice.
anything.
That's a good idea. Also, everybody should like take cover just in case.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Not a lot of cover unless you want to move the chairs around.
I mean, I might try and detach one of these chairs. In fact, are they how? Okay, yeah, I might want to move one and hand one to Carr and Varn while I'm at it.
Tell, when you pick up a chair, there's a little cleaning droid that is basically a puck that's under the chair. It doesn't move, but it was evidently under the chair. It appears to have been stuck there between a pile of bones and the wall and couldn't get out.
Is it inactive?
Yeah, it probably ran back and forth between the wall and the bones until it ran out of juice.
Oh.
But you moved the chair.
Interesting.
All right.
Yes, I'm using it as a shield, and I've handed one to Varn, presumably to also use it as a shield.
Jeez.
Are you using a chair over the shield that you have, Varn?
I think I'm just gonna have the chair on one side, the shield on the other, just to have like more cover.
And from behind
I figured you'd use it for Carr.
From behind you, Carr throws a tibula.
Yeah.
After hitting.
As soon as the tibula passes the plane where the fence is and the 4 kiosks, lasers basically come alive from the floor and scan it. Like, they're not like lasers like weapon lasers. They're like, what is this kind of lasers? You've seen this kind of sensor technology before. As soon as it crosses the plane, the first thing that happens is there's boom, and there's nothing but dust floating down from where the bone had been. And faster than you could see with your eyes, the cannon rotated and fired at the bone. A calculated shot, because it didn't damage the ceiling of the facility. It moved faster than you could see. The combat robot starts to make noise. It literally shudders and then rattles itself to life. Lights start coming up. And then it lifts itself. Like it was sort of hunched over. It lifts itself up straight, brings the guns out. The gun turret starts spinning and then slows down. The Gatling type laser thing spins and then slows down like it's cleaning itself out. And then it just sort of generically points in your direction, but not at anybody in particular.
I raise my hand and I announce, retreat!
Not quite yet. As you do that, you hear, please remember that, you don't hear anything. You hear Sindalian, you hear a female voice that, you guys all hear a female Sindalian voice. What you hear, Hound of War, is different. The little blinking light on that cylinder speeds up, and the cylinder says to you, almost in synchronicity with the sound, you hear, please remember, for your safety, it's important to badge in first. Always remember, safety first.
Ooh.
Dang, TSA's gotten a
Got
little
a
crazy.
translator.
You guys back out of the room. Are you back out
I
the
would
door?
advise it. I would strongly advise it, but I would wait for our civilian friend Carr to exit first.
Okay. You guys can easily regroup back in the cage. The door will close itself after you exit.
But we can reopen it, presumably.
Right. You know how to open it. You don't think that's a problem.
Okay. Before I leave, though, I get one last look over the room. The end. This hallway kind of goes on to a waiting. Or sorry, what is this? What is at the end of this hallway that we can see?
The end of the hallway just keeps going into darkness.
Okay. And there's 2 robots. This is kind of a security security room, and there was a silhouette there, you said?
The silhouette of a person.
Did it move? Oh, you mean like it was like are we talking nuclear
Light behind
silhouette?
it. There's a shadow. Like on the glass is not perfectly transparent. It's
Yes,
sort of it's frosted.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So you saw the shadow of a person in the security booth.
And they haven't moved, have they, or did they?
Not. I mean, it's possible that they activated controls and things. You wouldn't know. But you can only see them from about here up. That didn't move at all.
It could also be just a fake
How about we
silhouette.
say hi? Can we like wave our hands and say hi? And like get their attention, like we need to get through here. Right?
Something tells me they're not going to be listening to logic. Or at least not our logic if we don't have a card. So, unless we
Where
find...
do we get a card?
Right, that's the question. I'm not sure how would it be best to deal with this turret. It does appear to be a little bit higher caliber than we can easily deal with in one quick move. Do you think there's a possibility that the turret is controlled by the security office behind it?
Seems reasonable.
I wonder if you just say something. So this little green thing is basically like a translator. Is kind of what I can figure out. I don't know.
Yeah. And it would be a universal translator.
Yeah.
It must have picked up what you guys were saying in your own galactic language, and then it just translated to that.
I don't know. I just say test into it. Does it like come back as Sindalan?
It does.
Ooh. So is it loud or is it like kind of like speaking volume?
It mimics the amount of volume you put into it. It is mechanical. The translation is clearly intentionally mechanical.
Okay. I want to be
So
like
that who's ever listening understands that there's a translator in the loop.
Yeah. I want to be like I lost my card, but I don't think that'd work.
I mean,
we could try it. I don't see why they can't be that like irrational, right?
I mean, they've also been here for.
Is there a way to
years.
Is there a way to apply for a card? And how long does it take? Is it the sort of
say
thing,
that into the translator?
is it the sort of thing where you walk up to a kiosk and get your card? That's what I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask where's the kiosk to get our pass?
Okay, so are you walking back into the room?
Oh yeah, I guess we'd have to do that. What do you guys think? Can I ask for?
Yeah,
sure. As long
Yeah.
as long as we don't pass the things, they won't do anything to
Car
us.
asks
Probably.
to see the manager.
Oh god. Oh no! I added EN and it's all over.
Oh no!
I hate this character already. No, I'm kidding. Here we go. So Car Yin. Holy smokes, Lee! Did you intend that?
No, I honestly did not.
Well, Car Yin goes ask for the manager.
All right, you will open up the door through the same procedure. The same thing happens, only this time it moves a lot smoother than it did the first time it opened. It doesn't make quite as much noise.
Okay.
When you enter, it's clear that the lights have remained on and the music continues playing. As you approach the 4 kiosks, you'll notice that every one of the kiosks has a place where you can put your hand, a place where you can slide a card. And as you get close to one of the kiosks, it goes,
oh, it's crazy.
which will get translated through the Hounds of War's translator that says, please present your authorization.
What would that be? Oh, sweet.
A card.
Or the hand.
It'd be both, probably.
Is it my hand? Is it a card?
We have A hand.
Do we have a hand of the?
Ooh, the desiccated hand.
Yeah, we have a desiccated hand.
I'm like, are they how rotted? I thought they were bones at this point.
No, yeah,
well,
like
the-
fresh
yeah,
blood.
The hands. They're talking about the hand that
In the
was
box.
inside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. I
take the
completely
hand.
forgot.
And you, do you leave the little hand computer on the hand when you put it in, or do you separate the two?
Don't.
No, let's just put the hand on.
Okay.
As best as I can manage. If there's
Right.
is there like a mold or like an imprint?
There is. There's a mold to put your hand in there. It's
All right, I'm gonna put it as best as I can. So like,
okay. So what happens is, first, moments before you put the hand in, there's a puff of air which clears all of the dust that's settled in the indentation.
mhm.
The indentation glows soothingly green. You place the hand in it, and the light fluctuates softly. And after a moment, you hear, "Welcome, Administrator.
Dang.
Do you wish
Ooh.
entry to the facility?" And what happens is the computer lights up. The Sindalian computer lights up. You see all sorts of code going across the computer. And it's really weird because it looks like this awesome sort of blue scroll. And then for a moment, there's flashes of these red, broken like text that just screams across the screen. But then it's back to blue again. And at the end of that, it says, "Welcome, Administrator."
Mhm.
And the
Indeed,
kiosk,
I am the administrator.
the
yes.
kiosk glows between the two kiosks. It glows blue. What are your orders?
Let us. I need passes. That's what I need. I need guest passes for all my guest friends.
It will actually generate and spit out a card for every one of you, except for Carr, because he's got the hand.
Right.
It also says, "Administrator, we advise that you seek medical assistance. It appears that your core temperature is dropping drastically, and necritis is setting in.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's setting in.
I'll make sure to check that immediately. And I guess
Safety first.
yes, safety first.
Well, all right then.
That rigor mortis. All right. So how about we can we swipe that card over the kiosk or the gate and see
Yep,
if it opens?
As you swipe the card, laser light scans who's ever in front of the kiosk, and then it turns blue, like you can walk through now.
Okay.
That's pretty.
And as you pass through, a three-dimensional image of your bust appears over the green screens on the right and the left,
All right.
with the Sindalian word "cleared."
Mm-hmm. I'm worried about what's going to happen when Carr walks through.
He gets
I'm
cleared,
gonna.
and it clears
Okay.
him.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
With that, the drone, the combat drone, powers down and slumps forward again. And from the rear of the cannon, you can see that the cannon goes to standby.
Mm.
The cannon
Interesting.
Okay.
appears to be something you could, with some amount of effort, disengage from the pintle.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
Holy shit!
Guys, can
It would
anyone
take you
take
some
that?
time, but you could do it. You don't know if it would let you do it, but you could. Like it's built to be removed.
Anyone feeling daring and brave?
You would need a 12 strength or better to wield it, though.
I don't
Are you
think
kidding me?
we should be
How about we
investing
just-
with the technology.
I'm like, how about we could disarm it? That's what I'm thinking. But-
Well, actually, let's
do
not.
we want to disarm it? We
No.
have people chasing after us.
We want to set this thing to fire at will when it sees a redhead.
Oh shoot, guys! What if we blew up the kiosk so they couldn't get in, and they'd have to face the turret?
I mean, they'd have to face the turrets no matter what. How are they gonna get in?
Well, more like hopefully they don't hack into it and sneak their way in. I'm just putting up a possibility. I
They
don't
also
know if
know a
could.
lot about what's going on. There's a good chance that they have a workaround to getting past a simple fence.
That or
enough.
they can just, tank
that's why I'm proposing eliminate their options to do that.
Can you as administrator set enemies of the facility?
That is a good question.
Be
Where would I
fired
do
upon
that?
at will?
The music continues to play.
Is there like a computer I can like check that in at, or can I like talk to?
There's the security kiosks and the two computers on the right and left of you.
Okay.
I wanna knock on the door, see if anybody's in there.
Alright,
The door,
okay. Yeah.
the door has a place where you can slide a card. Knocking on it doesn't seem to elicit any kind of response.
And the silhouette?
Doesn't appear to move.
Hmm. I'm not going to try my card because I know I don't have access, but Car might.
Yeah.
Does it have a hand place as well?
It does.
Does the computer give any options to like change the turret settings or the security settings?
Do you have
How
computer
does that-
skill?
I believe I do. Let me check. I do. I have comms and computers.
Okay. The first thing that you have to do is team up with Eggtoe. Because what happens is if you hold the cylinder in front of the screen, it scans the screen and shoots a low power laser into your eye. And it actually paints onto the back of your retina the translation of what's on the screen.
Goodness.
real-time subs.
So you're able to operate it between the hand and your computer skill. You can operate it, and if you want to, you can tell it to just attack anybody that enters.
I will do that.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's
When that
figure
happens,
out-
you hear the room goes from sort of a soothing whitish, yellowish light to a reddish glow. The cannon has two red lights that start blinking on either side of it, and it takes aim at the door.
Sweet.
Lovely.
The two droids wake up. The droid that's in the back wakes up and falls over as it tries to walk.
Oh.
It's just broken. The droid in the front climbs easily over and gets scanned. The fencing and takes up a flanking position on the door.
Have comms and computers.
Okay. All right.
Excellent. Fantastic. So this one's downed. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this, but my character, I wanted her to grab the little cleaning bot that she found.
Oh yeah, you have it with you.
Okay.
Not
Cool.
a problem.
Oh, we got the cleaning button.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of pocket sized.
It is.
Worst case scenario, I can toss it. Does it function at all? Anything?
It seems dead, and as you play with it, a little cell ejects itself slightly from the back. It's pretty
Okay.
clear the battery is just dead. Now, what you see, you're standing next to one of these drones. It has a bunch of these batteries plugged into it.
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah, can I get it working with one of the batteries from this drone?
Yeah, you pull out one of the batteries from the drone. As soon as you access the drone, it scans the hand with the key card in it and shuts itself down. And you can easily pull out a battery pack, and they're interchangeable. You pop it inside of the cleaning drone, and it Sindalian pops up. Again, the only one that can translate that is Eggtoe at the moment. You're not sure what it says, but the cleaning drone goes. Boop, 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 and you get
Okay.
scanned.
All right. I'm assuming it registers me as an ally, or at least somebody who's intended to be here, considering we have legitimate cards.
Seems that way.
All right, fantastic. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna go over to Egto actually, and I'm gonna say, I found this little friend kind of down there over by the chairs when I pulled one out. Seems to be a cleaning robot, therefore no obstacle to us. Think you could tell it to follow us, just in case? We might have use of one of the droids in this facility that's on our side.
I mean, I don't see why that would be a problem. It's just pressing a few buttons on a screen, isn't it?
Well, I don't speak Sandalian.
Yeah, there's not really any screen on this cleaning droid, just a greenish light. And when you talk to it, you hear, and the translator goes, "So sorry, you are not my master."
All right, let me try. Can I put the hand in front of it? Go over to Egto and see if the hand helps it recognize it.
Okay. You wave the hand in front of it. So sorry, unable to authorize. I do not have the appropriate equipment. Please consult my master.
Well, I guess we're stuck here.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to stick it in my backpack then.
Yeah, over Till's shoulder, I say, are you sure we should be messing with this technology? We don't know what it does.
You put it in your backpack.
Great.
You hear it moving around inside your backpack.
Does it have an off button?
Yeah, taking the battery out.
When you open your backpack to pull the battery out, it has carefully organized your backpack.
You know what? I'm going to let it stay there. Make yourself at home, little buddy.
All right. Are you moving deeper into the facility?
I think we are.
As you move into the facility, you travel for about another 2 minutes before you come to what appears to be a railway station. There are a number of cars. If you've ever been to any of or seen any of the images of the old-fashioned people mover from Disney World, it's basically just these magnetically levitating cars that are just big enough for 4 people. That's essentially what you're looking at. And the thing is, as you're moving through the facility, the places you leave, the lights are fading out. The places you're going to, the lights are coming up. So it sort of travels with you like a wave. When you move onto the platform lights up. There's a slight rumbling in the ground, and then the cars lift up. A recording comes on, and it speaks Sandalian. You hear the translation through Egto's cylinder. Welcome to the Ark, our last best hope. Please have your passes ready and do not panic. You are safe.
That's disconcerting.
No, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's okay. Pass is ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Get the pass out. Get the pass out, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got 4 seats. There's 4 of us, right?
It looks like there's a bunch of stops, but only one of them appears to work.
That's...
It could be that it's only set to go to one stop, or it could be that the other stops are just not functioning. Your destination is the vault.
Ah,
Sounds like a
yes.
good place to go.
Sounds like a great plan.
Prepare for travel. And then the seats become warm. They inflate to different levels of comfort. The ride is smooth, and the carts travel incredibly fast. You have no sensation of motion, actually, which is difficult because it's actually a little nauseating. Like your mind is looking around and you're whipping down the tunnel. And you're literally passing by light post by light post by light post by light post into the walls. It's a subterranean tunnel. You do actually make some turns, but it's very obvious where you're going. This is basically, while there may have been other destinations, this is by far the main destination. The little one-track pathways that lead off in other directions, they look like service pathways. You slow down, and you actually come into a station where everything doesn't end. The tracks continue, and there's words in Sindalian over the archway that leads deeper into the corridor where you are. It says main fusion plant. You pause there for a moment, but it doesn't stop. It like never comes to a complete stop. It just sort of eases on through the station, like it was slowing down for the station, but continues on. Again, you're passing by light post after light post. And eventually, you stop at a place that looks pristine, clean, and medical. You come into a station, and it's clear that the cart can rotate around and go back in the other direction. You have arrived. Welcome to the vault. Have your passes ready.
Ooh.
I know what they say. Pass is ready, boys.
All right. I'm going to pop over to RPGsuite, and let's move you over to here. And I will lean on Lee to help us out.
Yeah. I'm moving them over. Would we like to share the RPGsuite side of what's about to happen?
Oh, that would be
Ooh, interesting. Might I, while this transition is going on, use the bathroom real quick?
sure.
I'll be right back.
No bathroom breaks. What are we doing? This is not professional.
We're still good. That's okay. You walk through a simple archway into a room that is roughly 10 feet by 15 feet wide. Or rather, I apologize, 15 feet by 25 feet wide. It looks like there were, at one point, up against the walls are those little barrier, if you go to movies, there's a ribbon that keeps you in line, right? It looks like at one point there was a series of switchbacks and whatnot, and that maybe this room was filled with that ribbon because you've got all those little posts against the wall with the low-tech ribbon in it. The place is clean. There's no dust. And it looked like there may have been lines at one point, but there aren't any longer. They've been removed. Up above the archway, directly in front of you, in Sindalian, it says, "The Ark, our true hope."
Interesting.
Oh, wow. We're on an entirely different screen. And one of those sentry bots.
Well, might as well walk
look at
into the
those
room.
Through the archway, you see a blue, pleasant area, a couple of kiosks. They seem simpler than the ones that were in the entryway. And really looking very out of place are two military-grade loaders, like military-grade forklifts, and a drone. The decor of the drones, now that you think of it, doesn't really fit the decor of the facility. The facility is very much a blue medical facility. It looks kind of hospital-y, but the drones are very much military. As you enter, you get scanned in the archway. You all have cards, so it's not a problem. Someone in Sindel says, "Please step forward to the first examination line. You will note this line because it is striped immediately in front of you. It is now pulsing gently," and it is in fact gently pulsing. You can see the barbershop like pole that's in the ground there. That is evidently where they want you to step.
All right.
So who's first?
I guess I should go first since I have the hand. We'll see how that
You
goes.
are the administrator.
And showing the card, and I guess...
Administrator, recognized. Do you wish to override the medical protocols and allow your team in without examination?
Yeah, sure. Wow, yeah,
protocol
that's great.
overridden. The stripe lines will dissipate, and you'll hear warning: unable to override lockdown on the Ark. To override lockdown, proceed to the control center. Lights will light up in the floor. So, in other words, it looks clear like you were meant to just go straight through to those other double doors, right? But instead, like you hear the doors trying to move and they can't. Lights light up and indicate that you should go left.
Is
Now,
that like a detour light, or is that the sort of thing where it's a light that's showing that the door can't open?
It's more like a detour light.
Okay. Well, guys, I guess we got to go the other way. Do you guys want to take a chance at trying to open the door?
Yeah, I can take a shot at it.
My character has no real opinion.
I'm an old man.
She's of the opinion that we should probably seek out the other means by which to circumvent this. However, she defers to her teammates.
As you walk in, you notice that off to your right is an expansive technical lab of some kind. I mean, form follows function. So the people who use this were human, and you see what appears to be high-tech level workbenches off in that direction, but the lights there are not on. They're just sort of at a minimum level. Moving down the corridor, you're the first to see them. There's a body laying on the floor. And from your experience, and Egto, you absolutely know, that body was riddled with bullets. Kinetic weapons just rocked that thing. The remnants of a scientific or medical robe of some kind still hang to the bones, but it's desiccated and mummified.
Oof.
All right, so it's
Yeah,
been
maybe
a
we should
long
take too
time.
many chances here, guys.
A
Please.
similar body lies behind one of the consoles to your right, Tel. Again, it looks like the person was at the console and was shot many times.
Hey.
There was some sort of coup here, it seems like.
Somebody did definitely try to get in. Looks like they did.
Something suspicious happened here.
Yeah, but that's...
why should I be surprised? This is an ancient Sindalian facility.
I'm willing to pass on that door. How about we just keep going?
Yeah, the vault. I don't know that the vault door will open, regardless of how much strength we apply. It seems to be stuck on something. The other side.
Now, do we see any bullet? Wait, do we see these bullet wounds? Do we see like actual bullets around on like the floor or something?
If you look, you will find the bullets directly opposite where they were fired. They blew through the people and into the walls behind them.
Okay, because I want to know if this was like a coup or if it was the security. I just want to make sure.
The bullets, you don't know what the Gatling guns fire from those drones, but these appear to be hypervelocity needles. So the kind of thing a Gauss weapon might throw out.
Oh, okay.
And they're not massacred as if by a heavy weapon. They're massacred. In other words, it's not the stuff on the drones seem like they're anti-tank weapons, right?
Right.
These guys were hit by personal assault weapons.
Okay.
So maybe a guy with a rifle.
Can I pick up one of the bullets and maybe have like Egto or Varn? See if they can like, I don't know, maybe they know more about it. I mean,
who's got the highest slug skill?
They have a 0.
Not high.
I don't think I
maybe just so we know what it like, you know.
No.
I got 1 in slug.
I have a non-existent in slug.
Okay.
It's probably the person with 1 in slug.
Okay. Yeah, they look like magnetically accelerated rounds. They don't appear to have the kind of casings or the kind of as a bullet, they don't appear to have enough space for like black powder.
All right. Better. I guess it's a better breakdown than nothing. So.
If you go around the corner there from the office, there is basically it's like a machine area with like the kind of equipment you would have for life support. There are some minor consoles. The facility basically stops there.
Mm.
And this is where the light wants us to go.
Or
Yeah, that appears to be it.
Huh. So it wants us to go over here to remotely access the door?
No, it would want the light in the floor actually indicated that you should be going here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. Like, I think this is probably where we should head. Will the door open for us if we try?
You swipe your card, it opens up, and immediately you're faced with a 12-foot drone with a Gatling gun aimed right for you.
Oh, motherfucker. Hello.
The lights on the other side flicker, and the whole thing comes up. You start to hear the hum of technology. The drone, however, appears to be in the off position.
How do you know if it's in the off position?
It's not.
We're not dead.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess
shot at
that's
us,
true.
it didn't fire you, and it's still slumped, like the drone was when you first encountered it in the first room.
Okay. Shoot. Oh gosh, I only have like one stat in my computers and comms and stuff. So, does anybody else have like that sort of stuff? Because I think.
I don't know that I do, but I usually like to play hackery types.
Do we know? Oh, sorry.
I
No.
don't think I have any either.
As you enter the room, it's clear that this is a room of significance. The first thing you notice are the cryogenic chambers, which are embedded in the wall. There is clearly a couple of workstations, and in front of the chair of one of the workstations is the emaciated body of a soldier. A soldier carrying a rifle that looks like it could have inflicted the damage you found outside.
Oh.
A soldier that appears to have shot his own head off.
Oh, jeez.
Holy shit. Well.
A voice says, welcome to the Ark.
Yeah, while you guys are in there, I'm keeping a close eye on that robot. Does it look like it has any like external like commands, or is this?
It does appear to have like panels that you can open up.
Okay. I guess I'll flip it open if I can.
Okay. You'll see a bunch of battery packs. All of them appear to be dead.
Oh, well, that's a relief, right?
Yes.
I'll share that information. Yeah, I'm like, it looks like it's dead, guys.
My character looks back at you and says, noted. Affirmative.
Is it possible to like wipe the cryo thing and see if there's anyone inside?
I was just about to ask, yeah.
Yeah.
I like to do that.
You wipe the cryo chamber. Pick one.
Ecto's probably doing this one and I'm
northeast,
doing this one.
Okay. Ecto, the one that you wipe, inside, perfectly preserved, like out of a fairy tale, is a young woman, maybe barely out of her teens. She has a different bone structure than you're used to. The closest, like if I was going to draw a parallel, it's like you're looking at a Native. This isn't right? They're not Native Americans, but imagine that you were looking at an Iroquois, right? They have a different bone structure. I mean, they're still human, but you know that they're different, right? And so even though the Imperium has a great swath of ethnicities, this is not a common one. And according to the equipment, she's alive.
Huh.
You're looking at someone who is 2,500 and change old, an original citizen of Sindel. And when you work on your Tau, you see the what looks like a doctor in a lab coat. There's Sindalian in the coat, but Eggtoe's got the converter for a moment. By the way, the woman in your tube, Eggtoe, has a suit, like a flight suit on, that says the Ark on it.
Oh, I might have found a pilot. We should look and see if there's anybody important here. Although they might cause more trouble than they're worth.
I wonder if we can wake any of them up.
Should we wake in though? Maybe
It might not be worth
probably
our
not awake
time.
for a reason.
Well, I do want to point out that if these people really are survivors from the ancient Sindel Empire, the knowledge that they would contain, historical knowledge that they would know, is literally priceless.
Also, whatever they were trying to survive has probably
Passed
gone
by now.
Yeah, passed by now. Like, they were probably put in cryo to avoid the fall of the Empire, some sort of military coup or something, which clearly affected the space around them, but didn't necessarily affect here.
The attempts to figure out like what the controls are to open these up or find statuses brings you over to this corner of the room, where you'll find a panel named Main Control.
Oh, I don't have line of sight.
Yeah, so it's the light. I will add a little bitty light that'll give you just enough.
Thank you.
The panel is relatively simple, which, given this environment, means it's probably extremely high tech. It resides underneath a wall of windows that look out onto darkness. There's a number of controls on the panel, the first of which requires you to swipe a card. And the panel breaks itself into things like maintenance, and another part is called life support. Maintenance has things on it like lighting, external environmental controls, power systems.
Ooh. Let's look at the power systems. Are they all on?
The power system shows you a diagram of a fusion plant that appears to have 4 cores, only one of which is running at about 25%. The other ones have been placed offline intentionally.
So we're running on low power here, which is probably helping us a bit.
Makes sense. Yeah, let's not turn on more power than already is applied. Is there anything in there that would indicate we could revive them?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a whole panel. The life support has a revival section, which is very weird because you're only looking at 6 tubes, and you've got entries for thousands.
Shit. Is there a way to search?
Sure. Do you have computers?
Yeah, in a 0.
Yeah, roll 2d6 plus int bonus.
All right.
Is there any way I can assist this?
Yeah, 2d6 plus computers plus int.
Okay.
Please assist. Okay, thanks. Because I got a 7.
Yeah, I got worse.
Can we double assist everybody on the computer?
There's already too many witches. So
Let's have like a whole line of people hacking this thing.
Well, it's hard to hack something you have authorization for.
Yeah.
But essentially, as you're messing with it, a bright light opens up on the other side of the windows. And what it reveals is breathtaking. Evidently, you're staring Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You're staring into the heart of the vault.
Oh.
And there are rows upon rows upon rows upon rows of these cryotubes, and it looks like you have pairs of cryotubes attached to pillars, and the pillars basically can elevate even more cryotubes up from storage underneath. You're looking at, I mean, if you believe these numbers, you're looking at something like 10,000 people.
Holy shit.
Well, we don't want to revive all of them. There's only a cart for 4.
So before we even think about getting people up, you do have to remember this planet has gone through a lot. I've only taken you to the nice parts of this planet. I didn't take you downtown anywhere.
Yeah.
There is a reason why not many things survive here. And the ones that do are the ones that can adapt very quickly.
Well, I'm so glad you're bringing this up now.
That's fine.
I mean, we didn't have much of a choice before.
You are able to isolate the controls for the few that are in this room. And what you determine is that the folks that are here are the administrators for the project, including their immediate family. So essentially, there are 2 administrators, and each one of them have 2 family members here. They were the last people to go in.
They'd be the most
Seems fine
important
to me.
people if we want to revive someone.
Interesting.
Speaking of which, did any of the administrators have a missing hand?
That's a good question. But wait, how would his hand get out? Oh, I guess
You've not, I mean, who knows what the pile of bones was at the beginning, but you've not run into anyone that is conspicuously missing a hand.
Okay.
If we... Out of all the people in that list, does any of them seem more kind of like an engineer, kind of like tech person, rather than...
Yeah, absolutely.
project lead? Yeah.
The young lady that you first looked at it actually has an engineering 2 rating.
Okay.
She's not as important as anybody else, but she was a family member of one of the people here. So she's like a mid-level tech.
In my opinion, if we were to revive anyone, this would be the first person to start with. Because they could probably give us a little bit more of the layout of the land.
Yes,
And
yes,
fix
yeah, that's a
things.
good point. That's a good point.
indeed.
Would there be anybody else we would want to look for? Because I think that's our best option.
What we're going to have to do here is, honestly, this isn't some small treasure we can just walk away with. We're going to have to inform Imperial Command about this.
Another thing is that they might not be too happy seeing us and getting up right away. We're not exactly...
Very kind.
Yeah.
Imperial Command?
No.
you mean,
No, the people
yes,
that
no,
are in these chambers.
Exactly. Well, that's why I concur that we should handle the engineer in that container. Just one at a time would probably be optimal. Or
We'll see how they like waking up
It seems
2,500 years
damage
later.
reduction.
It seems relatively trivial to wake up the young lady who is up here.
Yeah, no, we're not going to wake everybody up right now, just her.
Okay. You work on the computers. The 2 of you do, and it's really easy actually. The lights flicker on inside the cryotube, and liquid hydrogen gets vented, turns into gas and dissipates, and then the tube opens up. After about a minute and a half, which by the way is amazingly fast by today's standards, the woman sort of stumbles out, grabs her head, and mumbles in Sindalian. The translator goes, "I like ice cream."
That doesn't sound right.
Okay.
That doesn't sound right either.
She
I put my sword away and offer a hand.
she goes. She says something else, and the translator goes, "Ooh, a hairy baby." And she looks
That
at your
sounds
hand,
great.
and she's like looking at your hand. Her pupils are not quite dilated right. She staggers a little bit, but she holds on to you tightly. And after a moment, she goes, "Oh," like she steps back from you and looks at you and goes, "What are you?"
Mm.
That
I am
sounds
Varn. I am Varn.
You might want to
Oh.
start with "You are an Aslan."
My name
Oh,
is
my-
Varn of the Aslan tribe of the Tinovu. Who are you?
What's an Aslan? Oh my god, you're covered with hair. Are you? Am I dreaming? Am I dreaming? Ow, ow, ow. No, I'm not dreaming. Oh, oh my god. Oh, what? Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a language barrier here. However, I'm of the understanding that you must not have dealt with species other than humans before. We are. Well, you're in the future.
for those of you who are aware of archaeology, 2,500 years ago, the Aslan were still way on the other side of the Great Rift. They didn't even think about going here, so they wouldn't have been here. Aslan appear to be completely new.
I put my hand on her shoulder and I'm just like, "Welcome to the future." He's an Aslan. He's a Varger. I'm a human, and he's also a human. And
Did the Dragon Emperor send you? Or
it's been a while since you went to sleep.
did the Emancipator send you?
I don't know what those are.
Those fighting against the cruel reign of the Dragon Emperor.
So, how do we put this bluntly? Your empire's gone.
Mm-hmm.
The Emperor's gone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. It's been a long time. I think she missed a long, like millennia, long, very long time.
She reaches into the pod and pulls out another hand computer that she puts into her arm and ejects one of those cylinders just like you have. She snaps it a couple of times. It barks to life, and then she slaps it back into her hand computer. And when she talks, you hear her talking, but also coming from her in her own voice is a translation.
Mm.
You woke us. Oh, thank you so much. We were afraid the Emperor would find us. She looks
Wouldn't be worried about that.
over at the giant dormant robot. Is that yours?
No, we thought
it
it was
not yours?
yours.
Welcome to this is coming from the room itself. Project Art. Now initiating slow wake up.
Oh shit.
Hey guys! Everybody's gonna be awake now.
Project D, don't do that.
The woman says that her name is Taya. I am Taya. I am just an
Yeah, I
engineer.
bet you're tired.
No, Taya.
Oh,
I'm Taya, and who are you?
I'm Car. This is Varn. This is Tay, and this is Egg.
Are you friends of the Dragon Emperor, or you said it's been thousands of years? Is he dead in all of his horribleness with his nuclear bombs and his biological warfare?
Yeah, there is no. It's gone. The empire itself is totally gone.
Yeah, but
About the warfare thing.
I was confused because you are covered with hair, and that is one of his robots. So I thought maybe you were representing him.
At that, I punched the robot.
The robot will fall over.
No, we're not with the robots.
that showed him.
Oh, thank you so much. She hugs you, and she is genuinely joyful, like almost tearful. She's like, I don't know who you are, but I love you all so much. You have no idea the nightmare of wondering if you're going to wake up the next morning or if you're going to be ravaged by biological weapons. You are a joy. The other chambers in this room start to cycle on their own.
Can we slow down the slow wake up, because we're gonna wake up the entirety of this fucking.
Yeah, no, you can't wake everybody up at once. We're not. You got to do it one by one. Hold on. She runs over to the panel that you were at, and she's doing things, and she looks confused. This has been tampered with. Did you do this?
Do what?
You guys, you honestly, you didn't tamper anything. You just operated it.
Correct.
She'll flip open one of the panels below. And is this yours?
Is what? What? We didn't put what?
There's a panel underneath the main control board that she opens up. It's definitely a sort of like a maintenance access panel. And you can see all of these crystal tubings and all of these different processors. And in the middle of that is what appears to be a military piece of hardware, a ruggedized processor of some kind, and it seems to be hacked into everything.
No.
Oh. So.
That is definitely not us.
What is it?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
It's hooked up to the life support?
Yeah. Maybe it's trying to kill us? Let me see.
Oh, that's.
Is it hooked into the admin's life support or just the stacks?
No, it's everything. It's controlling everything.
Oh, well, why didn't it kill you if it had the chance?
I don't know. I
Shut
don't
down
know.
the wake-up process.
You want me to stop the wake-up process?
Yes, if
Is that a good idea?
they've been exposed to something that will kill them upon awaking, we could be killing everybody in this building.
Also, there's a lot that's different, and your body hasn't been adapting like mine has, or the people that's been living on this planet.
Oh yeah.
There's a good chance that if everyone wakes up and there's a panic and people leave,
I would
just die.
Oh, I would say this is something. I would say this is something if we're bringing the Federation in.
Definitely.
They could help us. They can help us with it. Like take care of all these people. Uh-oh. Does she need metal?
Do you have a drink of water? I'm so thirsty. Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, I guess he did just wake up. Sleep. All right. So is she? I'm going to hand her I'll give her my canteen. And has she done the job of stopping this process?
It seems like she's halfway into it. The ones up here are certainly cycling. She seems to have slowed down the ones cycling down below. It's taking them like almost twice as much time. She takes your canteen and she looks at you and says, "Thank you so much." She opens up the top and she starts drinking it. She starts drinking it so fast, the water is just dribbling down her face. And as she's holding the canteen, her fingers are changing color. They're absorbing the color of the canteen. Like you're literally seeing the canteen color like streak across her arm. And more than that, you realize that her hand, it's almost like it's eating away the metal from the canteen, and the metal is being absorbed through her hand. She tries to let go of the canteen, and she's shaking it like mad, and she screams, "Ah! Ah!" The canteen gets absorbed into her hand, and she starts convulsing.
I'm going to assume this isn't normal.
Cut her off her hand.
Shut this down. How do we shut this down?
Okay, first things first. Who said I cut off her hand?
Well, I don't have a knife. I'm saying someone cut off her hand.
So
you have somebody with a knife.
I need you all to roll initiative.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So this is
Yikes.
Yeah.
6 plus dex, right?
This is going well.
Yeah, this is
Everyone has the power to
she can-
change their initiative, by the way, the number next to you whenever you end up rolling. And also, Noah, how about
Yes, sir.
would now be a good time for a 10-minute break?
Actually, I'd prefer to roll on through if I could.
Sure.
Okay.
Pat, I'll be out with the water.
No worries.
yeah, that's fine. Thanks. Okay, this is quite traumatic.
What'd you get, Tell?
8.
Okay. So, Barn, she is convulsing on the floor, and she's crying at the same time, screaming. As this is happening, you can hear the convulsing and screaming coming from inside the cryo chambers on this floor. As they're opening up, the people inside are also convulsing. Where she is collapsed on the floor, the metal from the floor is being drawn into her body. She's clearly in enormous pain. What are you doing, Barn?
Does this resemble anything that Varn has experienced on this planet, or is this completely new?
This is completely new. You've never heard of this happening.
Oh yeah, the good old absorbing the metal into my body while in massive pain thing. Yeah, I've heard.
Well, I've run across a lot of weird mutations.
That is true.
I would not be
That is
surprised.
true.
I
What are you
honestly
doing?
don't know what to do. I'm gonna run up to the girl and just like be ready to do something as soon as she asks for something.
Okay, so you run up to her and you kneel down next to her. What you see is, it's going to haunt you. Literally, her skin is melting, and you can see her bone structure as the metal is being drawn up into her body from the plating around you. Her eyes swell to the point where they're shutting in on each other, and her mouth closes and seals so that she cannot talk. You cannot feed her anything. Her eyes are sealing shut, and the screaming starts to cease. She's still convulsing, but she's no longer screaming. You hold part of your action. Tell, what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm going to try and finishing what she started. Does it look like this is something I could do? Does it look like I could shut the awakening cycle down in her stead? I think
Yeah, you run over to the panel, make a computer roll based on int.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's 2d6 plus 0. It's a 7.
What you're able to determine is that someone has implanted a computer virus into this system. And it's clearly been tampered with. And the military technology here would appear to not be native to this facility.
Interesting.
So somebody wired it to do something they wanted it to do and not what it was supposed to do. And it's carrying out those orders. She slowed it down, but right now, what's happening up here is happening down there to thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, I want that to stop.
Sorry. Unfortunately, it's tragic. You can only see it running, and you're trying to stop it, but it's clear that the virus has better skill than you do.
Yeah. I think that's probably my turn spent doing that.
Sorry. Eggto, what are you doing?
So she's by the panel. I guess I'd go over there and like, it's like just a process. You're just stuck in the maintenance thing.
You're going to try to help her hack it to stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a computer roll.
All right.
She is clearly frustrated, and it's clearly a level of sophistication that's kind of beyond her. I mean, maybe you should rip this thing out.
Yeah. Well, I rolled an 11.
Very good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you should rip this thing out. You definitely want to rip this thing out.
Yeah. I'd like to try. I don't know if I can. Can I?
You just reach in and pull the thing out. It doesn't blow up. It doesn't hurt your hand. You literally, it takes a chunk of the computer with it. The computer glitches and immediately goes into maintenance mode, stopping what it's doing. It looks like it's only activated 2,400 out of the 10,000. So 24% of the population is currently in a cycle, and you might be able to stop some of that, but you don't know that they would survive it.
Well, probably better than what they're going to otherwise endure,
All right.
which looks like agony in perpetuum.
It does. So you opt to maybe potentially kill them, and so you immediately stop the awakening process from going any further. Wherever they are in the process, that's where they're stuck. The screams grow louder from the other side of the window from where you are, but no more people are being awakened, as near as you can tell. Which brings us to Carr.
All I got is this hand. What's this hand gonna do?
I don't know.
Can I go up to the computer and... Where are we? We already tried that. I don't...
Does it have like a hand receptor on any of these computers? Probably not, right?
It does, yes.
Oh, it does. All right.
Over on, here's the interesting thing.
I dashed to the first one.
Over on this machine, over here, where the military dude was, there's another piece of equipment, and now that you know to look for it, you can see it. It is a computer that is not the same kind of tech that everything else is here. It's more like the military bug that you ripped out, and it's got a hand imprint in it.
Oh, well, all right. Let's try it out.
You put the hand in the computer, and the computer comes to life. It's actually still plugged in,
Okay.
and it is evidently in the middle of something called Project Vengeance.
Oh, wow. That's a nice name. I'm sure that has very nice connotations. I look into Project Vengeance. What does it mean? I'm also going to motion for Ecto to come over because he's also the tech guy, right?
Make a 2d6 plus education plus biology or cybernetics or physics, if you have any of those.
Whoa, that was a lot that you said, and I think I might have missed one of it.
No worries. You're looking for a science skill of some kind.
Yeah, science. You said computers/science?
No, it would be education.
Oh, education science.
Plus biology or physics or cybernetics.
All right, let's go with cybernetics, and that's an education bonus. And all right. So it's saying that I lack the required skill, so I leave that on, right?
Yeah, just add +1.
Oh, okay. I rolled an 8.
Okay. As you're scanning through this and having it translated to you in real time, it's unbelievable. Project Vengeance is a biological weapon of last resort. It is meant to be used on a cache of something valuable as a booby trap for the enemies of the Emperor of Sindal. And it unleashes a biological cybernetic plague which turns every host into essentially a technological killing zombie that loses all of its internal organs of no function towards killing, absorbs materials from around them to create armor and weapons, and is capable of infecting other living things, plants, insects, certainly animals. The higher up the food chain, the more violent and more capable they get. Theoretically, this could spread across a planet, or if into space, across known space. As you are reading that, the girl rises from the floor.
Okay.
Something less than human, and immediately attacks Tell.
Can I yell? Can I do the stereotypical, like, guys, watch out, there's cyber zombies?
Tell, the girl, if you can still call it that, has turned her hands into the grating on the floor, and molded the grating into knives, and is slashing at you with both of her arms outstretched. Her hair is literally falling off of her as she strikes, and the sounds that she's making are terrifying. As she is screaming at you, you hear bursts of static over the radio channels. What are you doing? Are you dodging this incoming attack?
You bet your ass I am.
All right. You step out of the way, and she misses you and slashes into the wall, leaving a giant gash in the wall. And around the edges of that gash is this silvery like liquid that spreads out just a little bit and then stops. Whatever was here before is not here now.
Boy, I hope that's not contagious.
According to what you have, it is in fact highly contagious. If there's
guys,
damage,
the hell out.
You're done for.
Do we know how to nuke this place from orbit? Because motherfucker.
Out of the tubes, the once prestigious and knowledgeable have become nothing but drones of violence, melting through the actual faceplates of the things that they're in, absorbing the materials from their very cryogenic freezing, are these same creatures. Their eyes sewn shut, their mouth sewn fused together. They stagger around, and very shortly they're going to begin to move. What are you guys doing?
Getting the hell out of here.
Getting the fuck out of here. Jesus. Is that even a question?
We made like
We're
2,400 of these.
You can move 6 meters in a single action, and you get 3 of those around.
Whose turn is it?
First
only
up is
question.
Barn.
Is it possible for me to drag this robot out of here?
It's pretty heavy, but if you want to, you could. You could also just rip off the Gatling gun.
It's got more than a Gatling gun as a weapon, so I'm gonna try to take the whole thing.
All right. What's your strength?
My strength is 14.
You reach over, you pick it up, and you pick it up off the floor. It's heavy, but nothing you can't handle. That was, you can only move 6 meters now.
On roll 20, like, what is
Each,
like,
you can move 6 or not 6 meters, 6 squares.
Oh, okay.
6 meters. Oh,
Right,
each
so 9
square,
meters.
I apologize. Each square is 1.5 meters, so you can move 6 squares.
Okay, so the roll 20 measurement is correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
You run like a bat out of hell. You're like, ugh! Which an incredibly heavy military grade mech. That brings us to Tell. What are you doing?
Bet your ass she's moving. How many moves can we make in a
If you're
turn?
running flat out, you can go. You can go 18 squares.
All right, wonderful. Let me snap to center. So that's 18 gets me here. Yeah, I'm running out of here.
You know what? I apologize, guys. I think I am wrong, and I apologize for that. I think a single move is going to be 6 meters, which would be 4 squares. And you can move 3 times that. So you can move 12 squares if you run flat out.
Okay,
My apologies.
Yes. No, that makes sense. So that means, well, I guess that means 18.
Wait. So if you have 3 actions, 6 meters apiece, right?
Yes, correct.
All right.
So 16 is as far as I can go, or what
I think you could tap out at 18. Yeah, 12 squares.
18 meters is as far as you can go, and you are booking it.
Yeah, I'm over here. Well, no, here is probably where I'm at.
You guys can't see me at all because it's dark. 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm fucking out of here. That's some stuff I do not want to deal with. Ooh, hey, wait, those loaders though, did they still work?
All right, that was Tell. Next up,
Wait, I had a question. When I get here, I'm reminded that there are these mecha loaders. Do those drones still work?
they appear to be. Well, they don't look damaged. They're clearly left behind by the military.
Interesting. Do I know anything about these mecha loaders?
Do you
Are they
have
comparable
a
to that?
backseat skill?
Yes, I do.
What level?
1.
You know how to operate them.
Fucking full-on Ripley. Amazing. Yeah, no, instead of running this way, my 18, I'm gonna run this way, my 18, and I'm prepping to get into one.
Okay, at the beginning of the next round, you can climb in. Form follows function, so you're hoping that the operation of this thing is very similar to the loaders you are familiar with. They have forklift hands, as you might suspect. There is a little bit of a cage around you, and they're going to augment your strength by 3 and your dex by 3 as well.
Awesome. Does my movement remain consistent?
Now, that is Tell's turn. Moving down to Egto, what are you doing?
Basically flat out running as well.
Okay, so you book it. And that brings us down to Carr. Carr, you're near the computer console.
Yeah.
Looking at the military man who set this up and blew his own head off.
Yep. I'm booking it too. Hopefully, I'm not going to make it as far, but yeah, I'm running.
As people are leaving, I say, someone close the door.
Oh, right. Is there a door switch I can hit on my way out?
The creature that was once the young lady, as you start to move out of the room, she throws herself in your path and attempts to attack you. If you want to get around her,
blocked?
Well, if you want to get around her, I'm going to need an athletics dex roll, and that is going to have to be better than the attack that she is. She's going to get a minus on because she's moving a little faster than she would normally.
All right. Well, let me roll that dex, and it would be a dex. How many dice?
It's 2d6 plus your athletics dex, which might be 0, plus your dex.
All right. Yeah, I don't see any athletics on here. So
it's just 2d6 plus your dex bonus.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Dex get a +1, 2d6. Oh, no, it's a 7.
You do
6
not.
+1, 7.
You do not make it out. She... did you take the robot with you?
No, that was fun.
Yeah, but Varn actually took it, right? But he couldn't touch it because it's on the wrong layer. Hold on a second.
I'll put on the object layer.
Thank you. And then I will get back to... it's awesome having Lee work things. This thing absolutely assaults you. And it hits you with its metal hands and its blade-like appendages. And what you realize is the blade-like appendages are vibrating.
Well, knowing that this is infectious, I'm about to give up. Whoa, Car's kind of like, oh shit, how can I even go back? Of course, and the massive pain. Of course, that's piercing through his brain right now too. So.
Okay. She hits you, like you're scrambling to get through, and she strikes you and trips you up as you go. you're going to suffer 15 points of damage from this thing.
Oh, well, I think I'm out.
What kind of armor do you have on?
I have my vac suit.
So if you go to combat and you go to take damage, right?
All right. Taking
Pop in.
damage.
Yep,
Yeah.
pop in.
Actually, Cole, do you want to share screen with us?
Yeah, please, by all means, let's show off the RPG suite.
Oh, wait.
Right.
Let me open up the right windows and stuff. Oh, goodness. Share my screen. Share my entire screen. Show a window. Share.
Ooh la la.
Share my entire screen. Now, which screen is it going to show? Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm rolling.
Yeah, so under damage, right there, put in, what did I tell you? 13, put in 16 points of damage, I believe I said. Or no, 15 points of damage.
Yeah, 15.
Put in 15.
Got it.
Now notice, only 5 got through.
Oh, okay. So now I can put it towards any of these.
Well, first you got to do endurance. So click on endurance.
All right.
All right, you've got 2 left over. Your endurance goes down to 0, and now it's got to come off your strength or your dex.
I don't need my strength.
Oh my god!
I don't need it.
So apply that.
All right.
Now I want you to go to roll.
All right.
Right. Drag your endurance down into the stat slot. Roll. Pick 2 dice. Yep. There you go. And hit roll.
Oh man.
Oh no!
You can
Right.
feel as she's cutting through your suit, and you are being hit, and you feel your blood oozing out, and that's only half as terrible as feeling her blood oozing in.
No.
Oh yeah, guys! I'm a cyber zombie.
No.
Okay.
Go.
That is the end of Car's turn. The rest of them go.
Damn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to stop there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3.
So,
4.
I would like to know: are zombies something that people would basically understand if I said? So, like, if I were to telecom and be like, "Yo, you know those movies from like the 1900s? Zombies, but with like robot shit, I guess."
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Blow this
Varn,
place
I
up.
see you.
Do you want me to?
Car, I see Varn. Where is Egto?
Ecto is right here.
All right, cool. All right. So this is what happens. The survived that took her turn early at a negative, hit Carr and stopped his forward movement. The others burst forward out of their cryogenic cells, literally melting pieces of the chambers into themselves, and they run out of the room. They are not moving slowly. They are crawling along walls and along the ceiling just as fast as you can run. Yeah. 2 of them will drop down right where Varn is. 2 of them make it all the way to Egto, and 1 of them drops down next to Tell. They are unable to attack because they spent their entire time moving to you, but they're terrifying. They're literally running like beasts on all 4s, disregarding gravity. Just you see their hands just meld with the ceiling and use it as handholds as they're running, and they make an absolutely inhuman sound over your radios.
Wonderful.
Okay, top of the line. Tell, you wanted to strap yourself into
Varn's first.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Varn. You have in one hand one of this giant mech drone, which you are carrying, and it is slowing you down. Two of the survived have arrived, and they look like they are going to absolutely slice and dice you. What are you doing?
Can Hulk smash?
Yeah, Hulk can smash. Absolutely, Hulk can smash.
So I'm gonna crash the drone into these two. If I can do it to both of them or not, I don't know.
You know what?
So at least one of them.
Make a 2d6 plus Dex plus unarmed.
So make an unarmed attack.
Effectively, you're really it's really a bludgeoning attack, but we're going to give you your unarmed benefit. And if you want to smash it into both of them at once, it's a -2 to hit, but you'll hit both of them.
I like those odds. So a -2 unarmed attack.
Yes.
I got a 9.
Nice, you hit.
Nice.
What do I do for damage?
Yeah, isn't there a toggle on the RPGsuite for damage?
Oh, I need to roll for damage, but I don't know how many dice to roll for this since, it's not a regular attack.
Oh, fair. No?
Looks like
Oh
he's
no, you're muted.
fixing something real quick.
Yeah, this is fucked.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
hearing you now.
Okay, my headset conked out for whatever reason. But Karn, it's 46 damage plus your strength bonus.
Mhm.
Yeah. What you're throwing at them is a significant thing, and it's all pointy and nasty and deadly.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Nice.
You will absolutely crush one of them. Some form of silvery bodily fluid splashes everywhere. Make a dex check, 2d6 plus your dex bonus. The other one seems to make out a little bit better. And by that, you rip it in half, and the bottom half stops moving. The upper half begins to meld with the robot you just threw at it.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
I got a 7 on my dex check.
Some of this stuff has spilled onto you. What do you have in the way of armor on right now?
I have a boarding vac suit. I've got
Okay.
the cloth armor, and I've
It
got a
is
shield.
beginning to eat through your boarding vac suit, but is not close to breaching it yet. You probably have even a minute before that happens. Each of these turns is 6 seconds. But it's something you're aware of. You see it happening. That was an attack. You can make a move if you want to. You can either brush this stuff off of you, or you can run.
I'm going to run. Can I get past
Nice.
this survived one
Yes, you
and
can.
be like on this side over here?
Absolutely, you can. Yep. That is Varn. Moving on to Tell. What are you doing?
Okay, so this is going to be a very important question. In my past experience, considering I have skill with vac suits, do these loaders enable one to move at their normal speed, or are they slowed down by the fact that they're operating a heavy machine?
No, they actually give you an extra 3 meters of movement.
Oh, well, I'm getting it.
It's an exoskeleton, essentially. It's just, it enhances you in a bunch of different ways. +3 dex, +3 strength, and an extra 3 meters of movement. It's just that it's not weaponized. Like, it's meant for moving cargo.
It's meant for moving me out of here right now. So, I'm getting in. Do I have to make any rolls?
No, you slap yourself in and nothing happens. In a panic, you flail around and you must have hit something because suddenly you find yourself in a 5-point harness as the cage slides down over you. You as you're like in a little bit of a you're not really in a panic. You're sort of like controlled, disciplined. You're like, come on. And all of a sudden you realize that it is reacting to you and you stumble forward a little bit. You still have a movement action left. One of your 3 pips.
Okay. So I don't have any actions that would be useful for attacking, right?
No, you took
Kind of- Okay, I think that decides my course of action then. Somebody has to tell the outside world. It's gonna be me.
All right. You move up to 9 meters now.
Okay. Yep. All right. I'm getting there. And
You feel the power of the suit as you're running, and you're actually you're smashing the tiles as you leap. Take these giant steps. You're actually interfering with a little bit of the superstructure, but it just sort of bends around you as you head back towards the transit station. That brings us to Egto. What are you doing?
Well, very harebrained scheme. I kind of want to run up to this drone and
This one or this
the actual drone with a minigun on it, because I still have 2 pips from this.
Okay.
I only moved once.
You do.
Is it possible to aim the minigun at the survived and just kind of pull the trigger, the one that's on it?
Okay. This is what we're gonna do to figure out how to fire this weapon or take this weapon off. Do you have mechanic?
I do have mechanic.
Make a mechanic int roll.
Okay.
And that will be your ability to remove the gun from the robot.
Gotcha. Is it possible to keep it on the robot? I don't know if I could actually hold it.
Yeah, you can, but that would then give you the ability to find a way to trigger it.
Right. Sorry, just looking for mechanic. Okay, I got one. You said int, right, for it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I got a 6, so I don't think I'm doing that anytime soon.
You are rattling this, and you're trying to get it, and you're almost there, and you hear them coming up behind you. What are you doing? Actually, I think you're done.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that might be it. Oh no. Okay, which brings us down to Car, you feel the shit coursing through you.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Yes. Well, I'm probably in massive pain. But guys, is this a transformation? Do I get to be the monster? Oh, this is rad.
oh man.
It did take her a little while before she transformed.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to. I mean, probably in the adrenaline and the panic, and I'm still moving forward. I'm probably still crawling my way,
okay.
Towards the exit.
The survived, having hit you, it's no longer interested in you. It's turning towards Varn.
Oh, well, I guess if I'm well, Varn's right there. You know what? This could be A, worthy sacrifice, or B, Varn, you can join me. I'm kidding. I'll take.
Worthy sacrifice!
I'll oh, jeez, but I have no strength. I'm I could
place
tackle,
up somehow.
but
You got that dex, though. You got that dex.
Let's make it dramatic. I'm gonna use that dex, and I'm gonna get a move on this. And
do you have a weapon?
oh wait, what am I doing? Yeah, pull out my. What am I doing? I have a gun. What am I doing?
You're only a civilian.
I take out my gun.
I mean, that's how our characters.
All right, roll
Let's
attack
do
with your
this.
weapon. It's dex based and it's +1 because you're point blank range.
All right, so +1 for point blank, and I guess I'll attack. All right, so you said it's a plus what, Furby? Point blank.
Oh shit, we lost Noah.
1.
Oops.
Oh.
Did you guys hear what he said? I missed it.
No.
+1.
No.
+1. Okay. So I'm a roll.
Oh.
And
I was back.
Noah,
but-
you muted.
You're
but
muted.
You're back.
hey Noah, I rolled.
right.
Guess what I rolled?
What did you roll?
A 6.
Seriously?
I know.
Even with like your dex has got to be at least a +1. You probably have a +1 for skill, and you have a +1 for being right there.
Oh, it's my jack of all trades. My jack of all trades made me -2 for stats.
Okay, add 2 to the 6 because
Right,
your skill is at least a 0. So add 2 to the 6, and that brings an 8. So you hit, and it's not dodging. So roll your damage.
Woohoo! Technicalities. All right, I'm rolling damage. Oh, I don't know if I froze or I don't know if it's loading.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, you mean loading wise?
Discretion is the better part of valor, Julie. You're right.
Indeed.
All right, so here I go. I'm rolling that damage. I rolled a 16.
Holy crap! What type of weapon are you using?
It is a laser pistol.
Oh, essentially, Barn, you're looking at this thing, and it's looking at you, and then the center of it heats up and melts away. It looks confused for a moment, and then collapses.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
I can't believe I forgot about this baby.
Yeah, it's a stagger laser, as I recall. So you just it's unbelievable. It literally just melted away in front of you, and it falls down.
Now we're talking.
So it's gone, which brings us to them.
Damn. Can I move after I shoot? I don't want to stay in this room.
You can get up from being. Did she? Oh, she didn't knock you down. You were still standing, right? Yes. So you can take 6 meters of movement.
All right, I will do that. Puts me right next to the other one. Ooh. Yeah.
But you also know that the one that you just down wasn't interested in you anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, yeah. You know what?
Would your character realize this though?
Would my character realize? You know what? I'm gonna do a funsies, and I'm rolling.
Or would Car just
20.
panic and run?
All right. I feel like my character would notice. So can I dash, like I see it, and then rolling's probably another action. So I'm going to shove myself away from it.
That's not a problem. It's a horror. It's half melded with the robot, and as it's trying to stand up, pieces of the robot are trying to stand up too.
Oh. Bard, you better move it.
That's not good.
Bard, you better hurry up.
So, what happens is it's their turn now. We're going to start up here. The survived runs up behind you, Egto, and absolutely attacks you. Another one runs over and jumps onto the power armor that the power lifter that you're wearing, while a third one will come up and attack Egto, being the obvious target there. Meanwhile, the thing that is down here crawls its way into the control room, a mess of robot parts and body parts. Starting up at the top, Egto.
Yeah.
They attack you. Are you dodging?
How does that work? Do I just...
The way that works is in the software, you just hit dodge and you tell me your dex modifier, whatever that is. Might be 0, might be -1, might be +1. Just let me know what it is.
My dex modifier is +1, so...
Excellent. So it attacks you. I could probably just use Roll20 for that, actually. I was busy using Google's rolling mechanism.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! Yeah, no, use Roll20. They've got
by
it
far.
shows up on the stream.
Yeah, roll 2d6 +2 instead of +3.
That looks like a hit.
Roll 2d6 +2. Survey says. Anybody seeing that? Yeah. Okay, there it is. So the first time I rolled, it was an 8. That's going to connect with you. The second time I rolled, it was an 11, and that is going to connect with you. The first time it hits you, it's 46 worth of slashing damage straight up.
Okay.
These things are
So
incredible.
that's equal to my armor value.
You take nothing,
Cool.
right? The next one also attacks you, but this guy gets a bonus of 3 because he hits you so well.
That is also less than my armor value.
So you are you gonna look behind you or not?
I mean, yeah, I probably hear crawling
you look behind
and
you, and they're running, they're loping on all fours, bringing up pieces of the flooring and turning it into weapons. They slash at you and punch at you, and you get bounced back and forth. They're making contact with you, and you hear them scraping and prying and screaming in your radio, right? And your suit's like whoop 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 whoop. It's indicating that it's taking damage, but you're fine. They're not getting through. They're also not stopping.
Yeah.
Which brings us to Tell. The thing that climbs on board yours.
I think Varn goes first.
No, this is them.
No,
Oh, okay, yes.
it's not your turn. It's the one that's attacking you.
Yeah, the thing that climbs on top of yours has a negative to hit you because it's effectively doing something. Are you trying to shake it off?
Damn straight I am. I'm
Right.
actually thinking of dropping this power suit on it next turn.
Well, it's on
which
top
I'm
of the power suit, so that would be a little more difficult.
Yep. Trying to shake it off, then bash it off.
But actually, as you shake it, it misses, right? Because your dex bonus is sufficient now that it's literally reaching into the cage and it's clawing at the cage and it can't get through the cage, right? To get at you, and it's desperate. It wants you. You can feel the intensity of it. It wants to get at you. Moving downward, that leaves this thing that is coming up to Varn. Varn, you see it. It raises the Gatling gun and fires it like that. Bullets are sprayed all around you. Are you diving to the deck? Are you dodging out of the way? Are you taking it like a man, like the Aslan you are?
If it was a melee open, I'd tank it, but it's not, so I'm gonna try to dodge.
All right, what's your
they're
dex bonus?
cowards.
My dex bonus is 1.
Okay. It misses you
What
completely.
would be the difference between diving and dodging?
Diving leaves you prone and gives them like a -4 to hit you. But in this case, you did absolutely the best thing. It's not skilled at using this weapon. It's firing at you. And so there's a spray of sparks that erupt from the control panels behind you. And there's more hissing as it hits some sort of a coolant line. But it is absolutely not hitting you. And the thing is, it's blocking half the doorway. It's wide, but it's low to the ground. It's only about a meter tall. Back up to the top. Varn, what are you doing?
I'm going to run up to it and take a slash at it with my long blade.
All right, roll to hit.
I am not good with this long blade, apparently. I rolled a 4.
Oh no! You slash at it, but it is you actually hit it, and you're peeling off pieces of the robot from it, but you're not sure you're hitting the core of what it is. And you realize that it's trapping you in here. And as you realize this, you hear screams from outside the windows, and you definitely hear the thunk, 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 thunk of something climbing up the exoskeleton of the vault. Do you understand what I'm saying, Varn?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. That takes us to Tell. Tell, you have this thing on top of you. You can move clear out to the platform if you wanted to.
Okay. So, important question. 2 important questions. I'll start with the obvious first. Do we have any means of communicating with the Imperial Command?
Not from in here. Not that you know of.
If
I mean,
we
it's
were
possible if you
outside
could-
the facility, could we communicate with them?
Yes. Well, okay. You could. So you're far
Trying
from
to
the
figure out
border.
what my character's planning out, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. Like,
I
my
understand.
character wants to tell Imperium she doesn't give a shit if she lives. She wants to tell Imperium to fucking nuke this site.
Right. 2 things occur to you at the same time. First, The Imperium isn't here. You are something like 6 or 7 parsecs away from the borders of the Imperium. And the best thing that you could do is try to raise the low port on radio and send them a fucking mail package and hope that it gets there in time.
Wait a second. Rex Regina's outside, isn't she?
Yep,
Very
probably.
Can I patch into her?
If you get out of here, you probably can.
Excellent. I'm assuming she has a modicum of self-interest. Is that a correct assumption?
Who knows? She seems well disciplined.
Oh, so am I, but I still have the best interests of the broader public in mind.
There's a difference between being a mass murderer and being a pirate.
Not to an Aslan.
Excellent way to diffuse that situation.
All right, Tel, what are
I'm
you
going
doing?
to bank on the fact that Rex Regina doesn't want to be a cyber zombie, and I'm going to go ahead and move forward with my plan to get rid of this hanger-on and move forward. So, can I reach behind myself in this lift suit?
In this, yes, you can. Do you have unarmed combat?
Excellent. I'm not sure that I do. Let me give it a quick
Do you have any
look-see.
melee?
I'm not built for melee at all.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Should have 0 in it.
If you have absolutely no melee skills whatsoever, I might just grab the gun off of you and shoot the thing through your cage.
That's honestly what I was thinking, except that I've seen this blood do some weird shit, and I don't want it to touch anything that I'm attached to.
The only other thing you can do if you have no melee is try to run and brush this thing off on the superstructure as you go.
To like the train tunnel moment where you just run into the doorway and it just scrapes it off.
You got it. That's exactly right. I mean, I'm open to any possibilities, but as your character is aware of these things immediately.
Duel of the Fates plays.
I'm looking at my skills right now and thinking about what's the best thing to do.
All right, I will get back to you as you think about that.
No. I think I got it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with that plan. With the running past the superstructure plan. Is that like a dexterity thing, or what?
It is. It's 2d6 plus your new dex, but your new dex bonus.
Plus 4 totally. All right. So roll 2d6 plus 4.
It adds 3 to your dex. It doesn't give you plus 3. So what was your dex before?
My dex was 1.
So it was a 9 or 10 or 11?
No, plus 1. It was a plus 1.
Right.
Your total dex, not your dex mod.
Oh, I'm sorry. My dexterity bonus or my dexterity score is a 10.
Okay. You now have a 13, which gives you a plus 2.
Okay. Either way, I got 666. So I'm thinking whatever I tried succeeded.
Wow.
Unless this motherfucker's hanging on like
no, Pat. That is it works like textbook. It reaches for you, and you go running through the archway, and you scrape it off, at least half of it off, on the archway itself. You hear it collapse behind you, and you hear the static on your radio that indicates it's screaming in pain. You can actually make it all the way through this area and off the map into the train station where your train is waiting for you.
Yep. Can I command it to go?
Are you going to jump in the train with your lifter? You can absolutely command it to go.
I'm going to jump out of the lifter because I don't know if the lifter's been infected.
Okay. You jump out of the lifter. You feel all of that physical power like leaving you. The lifter stumbles for a moment and then stands still. You jump into the train and you go, 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 go. There's a little card swiping box. And you swipe the card. It speaks to you in Sindalian, but you no longer have the translator, so you don't know what it says. It begins to move slowly. That is Tel. Egto, what are you doing?
So, can I get past? Oh shit! Can I get past these guys? No problem, or
Yes. They're not. In other words, they're not gonna. There's no attack of opportunity here.
okay?
If you book ass, as fast as
I-
you can away from them, you can make it away from them.
Yeah, I do, and I guess am I close enough to get onto that thing, or am I just like?
If I see you haven't been touched, I would extend my hand.
You don't know whether he's been touched or not.
Yeah.
I would probably extend my hand and ascertain whether he's been touched.
Okay.
Well,
You grab him and pull him in, and as you pull him in, you check him over really, inconspicuously to see if he's punctured anywhere. And it
I'm
looks
not
like
being conspicuous at all. I'm
Well-
looking him over.
he looks fine. His armor is scraped up, but hot on his tail are the actual survived. They're coming. That is Egto, which brings us down to, I think I skipped Carr.
I think it's Car
Or
now.
not Carr, Varn.
Car is next.
Varn
Wait,
went.
did you guys skip me?
No, we haven't
So
gone
it's
yet.
your turn now.
It's your turn,
Yeah.
Carr.
So, all right, Car, let's go.
Carr, I need you to do me a
I'm good.
favor. The first
Yes.
thing you need to do this round is roll 2d6 and add your intelligence modifier to it. Which I
Okay, I
believe
was
is
going
a
to say,
negative one.
please. I'm like, please don't be an endurance roll. Anything but
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, for no significant reason, just a casual intelligence roll.
Yeah, just a casual intelligence roll. I rolled a 7. Just missed. I think that was a 7 for me.
You got a 7?
Got a 7.
Your thoughts are cloudy. You're starting to hear other people in your head.
Oh, I don't like that. I'm running even faster to the door.
They're saying, "Eliminate the threat. Eliminate the threat. Eliminate the threat.
Oh, now it's encouraging. Okay, so
Eliminate the threat." You look around.
I'm gonna like throw myself forward and start shooting the survive I see.
Okay, so are you going in this direction, or are you shooting the enemies in this direction?
I'm going forward.
North.
Oh wait, but Varn, how's Varn doing with that survive?
Well, you look to your right and you see an enemy, and the enemy looks fine. Like you could really cause serious damage to your friend.
Yeah, I might as well. I'll take that shot.
Okay.
that shot.
2d6. What is your dex?
It is 1 plus. Oh, it's 11.
Yeah, now it's 2. It's up to 12 now. So it's 2d6 plus 2 plus your gun skill.
All right. So I take that. No, not take damage. Wait, why am I like suddenly? Oh, that's what I did last time. I had to re-click. Making that attack. I am plus 2 dex.
Yeah, exactly right. And remember to add 1 to it because you're up a dex point.
All right, I got it. Okay, I got a 10.
All right. You hit by 2. Roll your damage. Go ahead and roll your damage. It should add the 2 to it.
It's a 13.
Varn, you take 13 points of damage.
Yeah, I knew it.
Oh, I thought I was shooting the survivor. Oh,
You're shooting an enemy
That's
who's
okay.
threatening your friend.
Shit.
It's
In
okay.
perfect health.
I knew I should have ran forward.
You said 13
Yes. What do you have
13
for
does
armor?
not go through my armor.
Okay.
Woo.
So yes, Carr just
Thank
shot
God
you.
you're strong.
As Carr is looking at you and you look at Carr, his eyes have turned silver and his eyes are starting to swell shut.
Uh-oh. Do I feel pain? How's this going?
No, you don't feel any pain. You're starting
Oh.
to see the world in black and white, literally.
Oh, that's cool.
The other thing is,
Hey
you can
guys,
see
it's my
through
Instagram
things.
filter.
Huh.
Well, I guess I have one last move. I was going to run towards the door, but I guess my attention is kind of went to the other direction.
Next round, you get to make an intelligence check at -2. If you do, you can act
Yeehaw.
normally. If you don't, you get one more round to try to make it, and if you don't, you're one of them.
Oh shit. Well,
All right.
this is intense.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just growling at you.
They go.
So, what did the terminal say now that I got there? On the cart that we're on.
1 second.
Yeah, no, you can actually fucking read this shit. That's almost entirely the reason I took you back on this on the train.
Okay. The windows are being smashed, and coming through them are more of the survived. Varn, this doesn't look very good for you. You've got 3 making their way into the facility here. You hear the windows being smashed outside. This thing is still crawling towards you. Varn, what are you... let's see, it's their turn. These guys just show up, so they don't get to act. The guy who's in front of you is going to try to do that terrible roll again to try to hit you. Bullets fly everywhere, but not at you. It seems desperate to try to kill you. The 2 of the survived come running into the train platform. Flat out. And they will leap onto the next car back as you begin to pull away from the station. One that you brushed off is crawling towards the platform, but is not getting there. And I think that's all of them that can actually go this turn. So we start again at Varn. What are you doing?
Hey, friend.
I guess I'll be trying to cut into the not trader and to the regular enemy.
Hey, no hard feelings.
Yeah, no hard feelings.
Eggtoe, tactically speaking, anybody who's not with you now is probably going to die. Are you going to bark anything over the radio?
To them?
Yeah. Know, as a commander who's experienced in ground warfare, given this environment and these types of soldiers, you were not prepared for this. If they don't, like, you're leaving, you're pulling out of the station now. It's not your plan to ever return here.
Ecto, if it makes your decision any easier, my character's looking at you gravely, and she's nodding. She knows what you're thinking about, and she agrees.
Okay, so I'll leave that there. Eggto, you can interrupt at any time and speak. It's a free action, and they all have radio communications to you at the moment. Varn, so you are looking at this thing that's crawling towards you. You could leapfrog it if you wanted to, or you could probably end it.
All right, this is just a half a body, right, with a machine gun now?
Yes, correct. A strewn bunch of...
I'm not gonna waste time attacking this.
I'm
going to book it to go towards the other loader.
Okay, that's gonna you're moving at 6, so you're gonna make 18 meters towards the other loader.
Yep. Also, I don't know if you allow retcons, but I did have 1 action left over. Actually, wait, no. Can I use my tail to brush off the blood that's on me?
You absolutely can. That is the perfect way to use your tail. Nicely done.
Yes.
Nicely done. Didn't even think about it. Brush. Nice. Good job. Okay, that is Varn. Tell, you have 2 of these things in the cart behind you, and they're advancing towards you, loping like animals. It's like they have the body of a human, but their arms and their legs are outstretched.
They're in their own car?
They're in their own car behind you, yes. They're moving like a creature. It's almost like they're upside down. They're backwards, like their chest is facing upwards, but their arms and their legs are snapped backwards, and they're walking like an animal. It's not human. It's just not.
Yeah.
And their faces have rotated to be looking straight up and at you.
That's in general the impression I got. Is our car moving faster than them?
You know all the cars moving at the same lockstep.
Okay.
So
cool.
The train, which consists of about 6 cars, is starting.
They're not going to gain on us, are they?
No. Well, on their turn, they're going to be at you.
They can crawl Pat.
Oh, they're on the same
Crawling.
fucking train as us.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Escape sequence.
It's also
yeah, no,
open air. It's not like there are walls here. There aren't. It's just chairs.
we gotta be our own shooters up in here.
Shoot.
All
Oh,
right,
wait.
so
That's for sure.
okay. Remind me again how to make an attack. It is
2d6 plus your whatever skill you're attacking with, which would be slug. I'm willing to bet. And you're going to add your dex to that. So in this case, your dex is back down to a +1, and it's your slug skill plus 2d6, and you want an 8 or better.
I don't have any skill on slug. What is that under? It's not. I have gun
Gun
combat. 1 into energy. Oh, okay. I've got an energy weapon.
Okay, that's better. So do you have a laser pistol?
You gave me Gauss pistol, but we were kind of flirting around there. I'm thinking it was probably actually a laser pistol, right?
That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a laser pistol, which is going to do 3 dice.
3D. Okay.
Add 1 to your attack roll because they're right freaking there.
Okay. So, all right. 3 dice. No bonus. That is okay.
For the
Well,
damage.
first it's 2d6. Yeah, before you do your damage, it's 2d6 plus 1 for your dex, plus 1 because they're short range, plus your energy weapon skill, which is what, 1?
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
so it's 2d6 plus 3. You need an 8 or better.
2d6 plus 3. That is not an 8 or better, my friend. Fuck. Do I still have any pings? Can I fire again?
No. You spin. They're just moving around too much. It's hard. It's dark in here. It's hard to keep an eye on them. The Sandalian lady's effing talking to you, right? And you're wondering if your friend's been hit or not hit, or if he's going to say or whatever. And you don't make contact with them.
Okay.
And you hear
you
the
have a
elevator
move-
music in the background.
I
Yes.
have 2 more pings, right?
No, that is 2 pings. You have 1 ping left.
Can I
And I'm
use
assuming
one?
that actually you had to draw your weapon because you didn't have it out before. So pretty much you drew your weapon, you fired.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Yeah, remember she was in the loader and didn't have her weapon out. So she drew her weapon, which is 1 ping. She fired, which are the 2 other pings, and now she's out.
Okay.
Which brings us to Eggtoe. You're right there. She's firing. They flinch as the laser passes between them. Like they're especially not happy with this.
Yeah.
But their hollow eyes have not left your general direction. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out my own laser rifle and shoot at them too. So
Is it a stagger laser?
no, it's just a regular laser rifle.
Okay. I believe that's what, 6 dice?
Something like that. I think it's 5 with a
Okay,
plus.
well, first things first. 2d6 plus energy plus dex.
Mhm.
Plus
Yeah,
1 for
and
short
then-
range.
All right. So I got a 9.
You hit with an effective 1. Roll your damage.
18.
You wipe 1 off.
Nice.
Really?
The energy weapon goes in through its head, and you just melt a core of it, and it falls apart, almost like liquid, and slides out of the. It's just this. You can still see the bones and the remnants of the internal organs. It slides out of the cart. That is the end of your turn, which brings us to Carr. What are you doing? Not Carr. We had Varn. Yeah, Carr. What are you doing?
All right.
I need a
It's time for me to-
2d6 minus
It's time for,
2.
yeah, it's time for me to make that intelligence roll. So
Yeah,
here we
just another
go.
casual intelligence roll.
Yeah, just another. No reason. It's an
You're
8.
not gonna shoot me again or anything.
I
You
rolled
make
a
it.
9 minus 1. It's an 8. Oh wait,
World,
my intelligence is minus 2, isn't it?
the total minus on your roll is 2.
Oh, never mind. I have a 7.
Okay.
Like,
Your enemy is getting away. They're becoming a bigger threat to you. The rest of you, and I mean you singular. You're starting to think more and more like all of these things are you, right?
that's
you're
cool.
you're getting there, but he's going to get away, and that's a problem. He needs to be attacked, and destroyed.
Oh well, I guess I'll just run forward casually and
Yeah, you can move
totally
forward.
attack the survive. That's totally right there.
Yes, there you go. 2d6 plus 2 plus your slug skill, which I believe is 1. So 2d6 plus 3 plus 4 because you're short range. Are you dodging, Varn?
Yeah.
Please.
Or can I
dodge.
parry? I don't know if there's a difference.
You can actually, if you want to spin.
You can put me out of my misery.
If you want to spin and knock his weapon off shot because he walked right up behind you, which didn't seem to take very much in the way of actions, by the way, Car. Like what you thought was 6 meters was 12.
Sorry.
You can spin and try to parry his weapon.
Yeah.
No, he's saying you have like double movement speed, Go.
Oh, that's weird.
2d6. Arn, I need 2d6 plus your melee skill blade plus your dex bonus.
Oh, my melee.
Not you, Car, Varn.
I'm getting extra.
So, sorry, you said 2d6 plus my melee skill blade?
Yeah, or your shield. So that would be unarmed. And then your dex modifier. In the meantime, Car, I need you to roll the attack roll. What did you get?
I got an 8.
8 straight up.
Yeah.
You just need to beat an 8 to knock the gun off target.
I got a 7.
No, come on.
You spin, and you're shocked to realize that he's even less human than before. Like, it's vaguely in Car's shape, but he's completely moldy looking, right? Even his clothes are being absorbed into his skin. He looks more moldy and rock-like, metallic, and his hair is just falling out as he walks.
I'm turning into the guy from Terminator 2.
You hit him. Roll your damage.
Woohoo! All right, time for some damage. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready, Varn?
Yep.
Don't worry, Varn. I rolled even weaker. It's 11.
Does not go through my shield, my armor.
Okay, very good.
All right, we're still cool.
All right, so it is their action. The survive that are breaking through the windows.
I'm really rooting for Varn here.
Varn.
Yeah. Silver Surfer or I got it.
And more come up through the windows. All right, so 3 of them are currently on you, Varn. They are going to attack. Are you dodging all of them?
Can I parry all of them, or can I only do like one?
No, you can try to parry all of them with your shield, one at a time. But every time you do that, it's a negative on your next action.
Even for like getting in a loader and moving?
Yes, on your next action, correct. Because you're doing it hastily at that point.
Alright, so I think at this point I'm giving up on the loader, so yes.
Okay. Roll 2d6, add your unarmed and your dex, please. Tell me what you get. We're going to speed this up just a little bit.
Sorry, so it was the 2d6 unarmed plus your dexterity?
Plus your dex, you want to beat a 9. 9 is the number to beat.
I got a 10.
Very good. You are surrounded, and they are thrusting at you, and it is everything you can do to stop them from getting at you. You're actually not sure how you are going to get out of this. They're literally crawling across the ceiling. It's almost like they're coming up through the floors. There's so many of them. You're static. The radio that you have is just nothing but they're static, right? And it's almost all of your energy to stop them from killing you. It does not look good. That is Varn. Tell, what are you doing? There's one. Oh wait, I didn't do the one in there.
Yeah, you missed the one that's in our ship.
It's going to close the distance and attack Eggto because he's the first one there.
Huh.
Does he have enough movement to do that?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
He's not even moving.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the dimensions of the.
He's roughly 15 meters or less behind you. He's
Okay.
actually only about 1 point. He's about 7.5 meters behind you. So he crosses that distance in a single movement action, and has enough left over to attack. Are you dodging?
Yeah. I want to get hit by this damn thing.
What's your dex bonus?
1.
Okay. He's gonna hit you unless you want to throw yourself out of the cart, and then he won't hit you.
I'd rather stay on the cart.
Okay. He hits you with 1.
Yeah.
14 points of damage.
Yeah, doesn't go through.
Amazing!
Nice.
It is. I think we did all of them. So now it's back up to Varn. What are you doing, Varn?
You're surrounded. Shit.
Yeah. So.
If you flat out move, you can go 18 meters. It might be worth your while to actually throw yourself into the loader because these guys are faster than you.
Yeah. What would it take me to just move up 1 square, get into the loader, and then start moving again? Like what? What was my action?
You stumble into the loader. Okay. Do you have vac suit skill?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Roll 2d6 plus your intelligence bonus plus vac suit skill.
I got a 13.
Okay. Minus 1, 2, 3. Even with your negatives, from like you're like you stumble into the loader. You reach around, you slash, your tail pushes something, and the loader comes to life. It actually stands up and winds. You find yourself in a 5-point harness as the cage slides over you. You now have plus 3 meters to your movement, and you still have 1 movement action left.
What you're saying is I can move 9 meters.
Yes. Your strength increases by 3. Your dex increases by 3.
All right.
Now, that is what Varn is doing. Let's see. That brings us down to Tell. This thing is still in your cart. And
can I slide back onto the railing of the cart and fire at it?
You absolutely can.
Awesome.
2d6 plus your energy skill plus dex bonus plus 1, which I believe is 2d6 plus 3.
That sounds right to me. I just rolled pretty shitty last time. Hopefully I don't repeat that. And I did.
Oh,
wow.
crap.
What a fucking bummer.
Your hands are not steady. There's something unnerving about this thing, and it's getting through the discipline.
Whatever it is.
Well, part of it might be that maybe the fact that this thing has a teddy bear attached to it. Like you see an actual teddy bear that is welded into its arm. It's still just a stuffed animal.
I'm assuming I don't have the action economy to aim.
That's
if you don't move, you do.
You know what?
I can even add
to the railing. Moving on to the railing is not going to do me any benefit here. I'm going to aim.
All right, so roll again.
Fucking military.
It's going to be 2d6 plus 4. Much better. Much better. Roll your damage.
All right. So 3d6. No bonus.
3d6 plus 5.
Ooh. Plus 5.
Yeah. I know. Sometimes I forget the slashes.
Yeah.
So 18.
Okay. So 13 plus, so that's 18 damage.
You blow it away. It falls off the back of the cart and gets run over by the cart behind you, which then gets somehow kicked off the track and sparks and slides to a stop, blocking the cars behind it. You begin to race down the track more and more rapidly, the lights coming on and whipping past you. Eggtoe, are you doing anything special?
I'm just like, steer us to the finish line.
I'd like to.
The nice thing about the lasers is they aren't splashing any of their shit anywhere. They're burning it away.
True. Yeah. I guess what does the console say? Like, if I take a glance at it.
You are due in a few moments. You're due to pass through the fusion power plant, and it's going to slow down there, but not stop.
Okay. I'm not gonna fuck with it. That'd probably be a bad idea to fuck with it. We might just turn the fucking cart off. I'm just gonna. Can I see one down the
Fusion power plant.
No.
Blow the place up.
No. I can kick you off the thing, and when we get there, and I can keep going. How about that? Down the hall from where we came. Can I aim?
No. Stop. Do it.
No, I'm not doing it. You don't even know what I read. So I look. It's in my eyes.
Fair. No, you're right. You're
so I
entirely
aim
right.
down,
but tell. You did have the translation the first time you passed by the platform at the fusion plant. Remember? Now you're basically aiming down. There is a survive that is climbing on the track. It's the half of one that she brushed off. Do you want to nail that?
Yeah.
You take a couple of moments to aim. You fire. So it's 2d6 plus 1 for aiming. He is not in short range. He is for the range on this is actually pretty good. So it's just straight up there, and then it is your dex and your skill.
Okay. I got an 8. Perfect.
You hit. Roll your damage.
All right. 22.
All right. You melt it on the track.
Nice.
You begin to streak away. Back at the ranch, the T1000. I need you to. Last time, this is your last chance. 2d6 minus 3. You need an 8 or better.
All right, pray for me,
fam. Prayers up.
Come on, Car. Think what your parents would do for you if you survive this.
I'm a fucking atheist, but I'm praying right now.
That's so minus 3.
Yeah, 2d6 minus 3. The odds are not good.
2d6 minus 3 with my intelligence modifier, right?
That includes your intelligence modifier, so don't add anything else to it. It's just 2d6 minus 3.
2d6 minus. Oh, I haven't been lowering my intelligence. I'll just make sure.
Lord, thou art in heaven, please.
There we go. Whew, I rolled a 9. I got a 6.
Oh, there's a die.
Oh no! But 9 minus 3 is a 6. And so you lose yourself over to the survivor.
I sure did.
You are now.
Can I spend a fate point?
What would you like to do with your fate point?
I would like to tell my family I love them, and then give into the sweet cyber zombie,
surrender
madness.
Cyber zombie surrender.
Yes.
Okay.
Sickness. There we go.
You are now one of them. Sickness. You find that you now have an intelligence of 9. You have
a smarter guys.
Of 12. You have an endurance of 12. You have a strength of 12.
Ooh.
You are wearing only 4 points of armor.
Okay.
And you can command all of these guys. Your objective is to kill Vern. How are you going to do that?
Dang.
Oh my god.
It occurs to you that he is going to escape if you don't block off his exit. Each one of these can move in a single action. Each one of these can move 9 meters.
Dang. I mean, okay. Okay. So I can control all of these?
Yes, absolutely. They are all
Jesus.
you.
They are all me. And they all move 12 meters instead of 6.
They all
while
move 9
he's-
meters instead of 6.
9 meters instead of 6. I was like,
But they can move a maximum of 18 meters.
jeez. Well, he's in the door, so this is definitely the sort of thing where, Varn,
The
you're
door-
getting tackled.
The door isn't going to stop you because they can climb over and through the infrastructure. Not a problem. Or rip up the floor and climb underneath it to get in front of
Oh.
them.
Well, I hate to say it, but how about we put that one there?
No, play a good player.
Can I? All right, I can't move the tokens, so
I'll do
Lee-
it. You just tell me where to put them.
All right.
What you want one to pop up right there, okay?
Yes. That one apparently, well, if the wall counts.
That one can get here and attack if you want it to.
That works. That one can attack there. Oh wow, yeah, that one can attack there. I guess I can't use my gun anymore. So,
You absolutely can. It's built into your arm.
well, damn.
That's fucked.
Karn, you're taking another shot. Luckily, my gun, I don't think will ever do enough damage. So,
Depends how much effect you got.
can
it's
I?
okay.
Is there another route on this side?
To get out, yes. You can
so
climb. You can climb effectively straight in any direction. There's infrastructure you can go through.
All right, I want this survive to move this way.
He can move up to 18 meters.
Oh damn!
If that's
I
all
can't
he's
see.
doing.
I can't see on the side, but it would be something like this, I guess. Maybe you can.
I
just
got you. Yep.
Go through that.
Boom.
Yep. And then how about this whole wave? Just move them. Just move them up. Advance.
Do you want any more of them in front of him?
Oh yeah, this one probably can. This one can probably crawl over.
Yep. This one can get there.
And oh my goodness, this one can reach 2. That's
Yes.
terrible. Oh, that's all right. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not. But
You
it's
didn't. You didn't deserve this.
Okay.
Absolutely filthy.
So, starting with survive floor 4, as you are running, it literally bursts out of the floor and it throws its hands up against the cage. It pushes its hands into the cage, trying to get to you. It does not do so.
Good
Then
luck.
this guy right here comes up, and his arms are blades, and he starts thrusting the blades through the cage at you. Are you dodging?
Can I try to parry instead?
Yeah, you can actually make an unarmed combat.
Yikes.
13.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice,
Um,
nice.
Roll one more parry, please.
One more parry.
Yes.
7.
Okay. One attack gets through, and there's one attack on the back of your vehicle as they try to cut into it. Plus, do me a favor, car, car 4000, fire your weapon.
All right.
Now, if I remember correctly, you had a stagger laser, didn't you?
Laser pistol?
Laser pistol or rifle?
Pistol.
Okay. Go ahead. That's only going to do
I'm
three.
like, I'm not that heavily armed.
That's okay. You get +1 because of range. You get +1 because of a targeting mechanism you've just acquired. You get your regular skill, which is at 1, and your dex is now 2, so that's +5.
Holy smokes.
Just roll a 2. Just double
Yeah.
ones,
Right.
Got this.
It's an 11.
Okay.
Okay, that hits, yeah.
Yep, that
And,
hits with an effect of 3. So roll 3d6 plus 3.
86 plus 3. Hey, I rolled so low on damage. You're so lucky, Mark. 11.
I
Does
believe
not
that
go-
doesn't go through your armor, right?
No, it does not.
You do get hit, and you feel the heat as these things are trying to get at you. You get hit once from one of them, and then one of them hits your vehicle. So first, you get hit once with an 11, which is a 3. 17 points of damage.
18 is my armor.
Okay. And then your vehicle gets hit as well. You hear the thrashing and the gnashing of metal behind you, and the whole thing jerks wildly. They're cutting into it. Your bonuses are now down 1. Your dex goes from being a +3 to a +2. Your in terms of the actual value of the stat, as does your strength, and your movement is now decreased by 1. Back up to the top. Varn, what are you doing?
So can I bulldozer through these guys?
Just
And
keep running through them? Absolutely.
is there still the shuttle there? Because I'm assuming they have already left. Is there another one, or
Okay.
is it just the tracks?
You're going to flat out move. Make an athletics dex roll, please.
Okay.
Your dex is still at a +1. And I don't know if you have
+1
a,
or +2.
well, your dex was, I believe, what, an 8? And then we added 3 to it, which made it an 11, right? And it just dropped down to a 10, but that still gives you a +1. So it's going to be 2d6 +1, and if you have the athletics dex skill, you add to it.
When I had the full benefit of the suit, I had a strength of 17 and a dex of 12. And then you just told me I get a -1 because the suit is damaged.
Yeah,
So I
so
have
that
a
brings you
dex
down
of
to an 11, right? Which gives you a benefit of plus
+1.
Yeah, it's just +1, right? The 12 gave you a +2, but now you're down to a +1.
Got it. So athletics dex
Yes.
was an 8.
Okay. You blow your way through them, pushing them off to the side. You don't know whether you're getting rid of them or whether they're getting on top of the actual suit itself. If you're running flat out, you will make it past them and onto the platform. Way off in the distance, you see a wave of light as it fades away. You know how they're activating each one of those lamps as they go past it, right? So you see where they are. You see that there's a number of carts in your area, and the one in the front has been derailed, preventing the rest of the carts from going.
So now it's just open track in front of me.
Correct.
Guess I'm running down the open tracks.
All right.
Honestly, best way to survive.
You start running down the open tracks. Now, at the moment, what's happening is these things are faster than you are.
Yep.
So they're going to continue to run after you and pile on you. And it really comes down to how long can you keep them off of you and running fast enough? How far down the track can you make it? And to simplify things, what I'd like you to do is take your best personal weapon skill, so whether that's blade or unarmed or whatever, right? And I want you to roll that with your strength bonus, and we're going to multiply the result by 100, and that is the number of meters you make it before they destroy the thing you're in.
So
You can do it.
I'm doing a melee attack or melee roll
Yes.
with my strength,
Yes.
and then just messing with the results, not with the roll.
Correct. In other words, the effect, the effect that you get, right, whatever you roll, that's going to be that times 100 is the number of meters down the tunnel you get before they destroy the suit.
All right, so Noah, thank you for the power suit. I rolled a 15.
Oh wow! So here's what happens.
Fuck yeah.
You're going to make it all the way. You're going to make it all the way to the fusion platform.
Oh,
right?
yes.
And there's literally an army of these things behind you.
Jesus Christ, no.
They fill every corner, every inch of the corridor, the floors, the ceilings, the walls, right? They're like humanoid ants running at incredible speed. And you are literally like at the end, you realize that it's just you physically pushing the metal of the suit, that there's no more power, and you have to rip yourself out of it before it melts away. And you did so well on that roll that you are not injured.
Hey, I mean, it's only 2,400 minus 4 of them. You know, I face worse odds, right, guys?
Okay.
Right? Oh shit, there's no one.
Now,
That's right, they left.
In fairness, can you really blame us?
Yes, I
when
can.
you get to the fusion platform, all right,
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get there first. So I want to know, Eggto, are you pushing out Tell and continuing on?
Wait, what?
At the fusion thing?
Yes.
I didn't even know.
Tell, you want to stop at the fusion thing, right?
My character's like, as we pass the fusion thing, that would have been nice to tell me like a minute ago.
No, it slows down. Like it
No, we're
literally.
slowing down.
Remember how it went through the first time and it slowed down to move through the station at a low speed and then sped up again? It's doing the same thing. So right now, this is before.
I say to him,
Barn gets there.
Somebody's got to make sure this thing blows the fuck up.
Well,
No.
I don't know.
I trust you to deal with Regina up top. Tell her to blow this thing to smithereens. Tell her there was no treasure here, just a zombie apocalypse. All right? Make sure she understands what you're saying.
I think she'll like what I have to say more than it coming out of your mouth.
Sounds about right. Drop me off.
All right. You step off the moving train. There's instantly a warning that says safety first. Do not step off the moving platform. Wait till the platform comes to a full and complete stop. The thing is, she's not going to be able to do anything unless she has that translator.
Shit. I give that to you.
All right.
I don't need it anymore. Not really.
The train whisks away down the track. You watch her as the lights on the platform remain on because she's on it. The thing is, sound carries through these subway tunnels, and you hear them crawling, running down the corridor.
If you want to live, get out!
The light of the fusion platform starts to fade away in the distance. All right, Eggto keeps going. What are you doing, Tell, at the fusion platform? You get in there. It is a mammoth fusion core. In fact, what you really have are four fusion.
No map change? Oh, you I'm pulling that now.
What you have are 4 fusion cores, and then there are 4 control consoles in the center. Do you have any engineering skill?
I will check my character sheet briefly, but I'm not sure that I do. Let me see. That said, I have explosives 1, and I do have familiarity, very close familiarity with the inner workings of a spaceship.
Hint, wink, wink, I have power. Power engineering.
I have Vaxu 1, Astronavigation 1, Recon 1, Turret 1, Energy 1, Explosives 1, and Deception 2, Admin 1. So I don't know if that means anything here.
Okay. You figure it's going to take you a long time to do what you need to do. So tactically speaking, you have a couple of options. You can rig your explosives to try to take out one of the cores. If you can melt containment on one of the cores, you'll likely trigger one of the cores. You don't know if that's going to be a large enough explosion to take this place with it. It would be nice if you could get all 4 cores. You know for a fact that Varn was the individual who had the power skill, but
as far as I'm aware, Varn's fucked.
Yeah.
Completely dead right now.
You do see 4 drones, 4 spider drones that are maintenance bots sitting on the platform. And it's interesting. You know, now that you think about it, if you put a little bit of explosive on each one and somehow commanded them to go into each of the cores,
Interesting.
on the inside, you might be able to blow all 4 cores at once.
I pull out my well, all right, so first off I'm gonna ask them, who is your master? As I approach the center. Hastily.
They will wake up because you spoke to them in Sandalian. They will all turn around to face you and go, please identify.
Admin. Verification not necessary.
Please use card. One of the power stations will open up and a card slot appears.
Okay. Admin affiliate. And I swipe my card.
Admin affiliate recognized. What are your commands?
Deploy to each one of the cores after I perform a maintenance upon you. Thank you very much for your service. Come towards me. I will.
Command understood. They will approach you. They walk on all 6 legs, 8 legs. They come to you, and if you want to plant the explosives on them, you can. So what I need you to do is to make an explosives roll, 2d6 plus int or education, your choice, plus explosives.
Let me see which one's better. 2d6 plus int or explosives. So I think probably my edge. Yeah, they're both the same. So it's just going to be +1. Please don't fail me now. Woo! 8! It's an 8.
Very, very good. You managed to get the explosives into each one of them, and you set up the detonators to ring from your command. You then send them into the fusion cores. It's going to take them a number of rounds to get there. At about that time, you hear the screeching and the terror that is following you, and Varn comes tripping into the room in this direction here.
I draw my gun.
Okay. Varn looks like he is in beat-up armor, but relatively intact. He is out of breath, and they are hot on his heels. You can actually see the shadows moving behind him. You can take a shot at them if you want to.
I shall.
Okay. In the meantime,
6 plus.
at this point, the train has come to a stop, Eggtoe, at the first platform. You smell smoke.
I smell smoke.
Burning electronics.
Okay. I guess I open the door towards the exit. Yeah.
Yeah. What you see are probably 16 people in battle dress.
Oh, fuck.
They have neutralized the weapon in this. They've neutralized the fusion gun, and they're securing the room. The battle dress lacks any insignias whatsoever. It's just completely black. A woman steps in from outside, redheaded, patch on her eye. You recognize her.
All right. Well, I guess the first thing I do is, drop my laser rifle on the floor and put my hands up. Yeah.
Sir, we got a contact. A group of them come running in your direction, and they shout for you to drop to the floor now.
I mean, yeah, I get down and but at the same time I'm yelling infectious disease, basically, just like this whole damn place is a goddamn biohazard.
Do you have any diplomacy or persuade?
Don't think so.
Okay, you get picked up with inhuman strength. They strap your arms behind your back and cuff you, which is weird because if they were pirates, they just put a round through your head and be done with you.
Right.
They drag you in front of the captain, and they go, "Captain Reggie, what do you want to do?" And she is also in battle dress, but without the head, without the helmet. She grabs you by your shoulders and looks at you and says, "What the hell is going on? What have you done?"
Good question.
First, I don't know what the hell is going on. There's some sort of virus in this facility that infects people and takes them over.
And does what?
Turns them into metal.
does it stop? Do you have any data on this?
No, and they're fucking fast, and they're coming.
Where's the rest of your team, including that hot chick, whatever her name was?
I think she's about to blow this facility to hell. As in fusion explosion. We might want to leave unless you want to feel the heat of an atom bomb.
Fox, Rex, Terrence. I got a mission. You're not going to like it. Is it a one-way trip, boss? It's a one-way trip, and I'm coming with you.
Damn it.
All right. The rest
Dumb
of you,
idiot.
this is what I want you to do. I want you back out to the shuttle. I want you to lift off. If you don't see the equivalent of a 1,000 megaton explosion here, then I want you to find a way to wreck it from orbit. You got it? Even if that means dragging in some of the asteroids from the Orc cloud and using kinetic kill weapons. Sir, those are my orders. Yes, sir. The rest of them pull you out with them, and the 4 of them go running into the facility.
She's a moron, but she's a hot moron. And I respect that.
Varn, you make it to the center of the fusion plant, to the console where all the weapons are. And really, it comes down to a matter of time. Tell, I need you to make a laser weapon roll, 2d6 plus dex plus your laser skill, which is 1 plus 1 for being short range is 3. You have a tactical advantage, so I'm going to give you another +1, which is 4. And Barn, I need you to do the same thing
12.
again with your melee weapon skill.
12.
Okay. You are buying the time until these things can get into the fusion plant. And they are getting closer and closer and closer. There's literally piles of them that you blasted. But you realize that at any moment, they're just simply going to break through. From behind their lines, out in the corridors, you hear fusion guns barking. Fusion guns are the highest tech level weaponry that the Imperium has to offer, and they are restricted to only the most heavy ground troops. They are radiation weapons, and so just being near them will likely kill you when they're fired unless you have the protection of a vac suit. You smell burning flesh and metal as 3 Imperial Marines breach through the door and start to clean these guys up from the back. One of them has a red eye patch on the helmet, and you can guess who that is.
Of course I do.
She says very candidly, "How much time till they blow?" You've got about another 12 seconds until they're in position.
I say 12 seconds. Want to die together, Marine to Marine?
I'll keep them off you. Make it happen. One of the battle dress suits is in bad condition, and you hear over the radio one of the Marines pleading. She simply turns her weapon and blows its head off. As she's backing into the room, now only with herself and one other Marine. They're coming up from below you, and Varn, you're going to be an intense hand-to-hand. What did you roll on your hand-to-hand?
I got a 13.
Okay, you guys did very well. You will literally be battling them right up the steps when you hear, "Drones are in place."
I say to my eye-patched friend, "You've more than redeemed yourself. Thank you."
She looks at you and says,
"A heart."
You do a little heart. She goes, "Semper Fi."
Semper Fi. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
You blow it?
Noble forever.
We're just mowing these motherfuckers down.
The drones are in position. Do you detonate?
Hell yeah, I do. Simplify.
The room rumbles like an earthquake. The survived seem not to care.
They're not going to be survived for long.
All four cores become so bright, it's painful. And then time twists. You have some understanding that this is happening very, very fast. As the light becomes so intense, you realize that the floor around you is literally melting away. And there's a wave of plasma fire sweeping towards you. But it's almost like you can move in regular motion. Like you can talk normally. It's like space and time is weirdly warped. She very calmly looks to you, Tell, and says, I never left. I salute you.
I look at her and I say,
Wow.
You never left. Here we are, at the end of the
It's so
world.
nice you guys got a good ending.
And then just like that, the whole thing goes up. Eggtoe, you see it from orbit. You've never seen a blue mushroom cloud before.
It was fun, guys.
We all motherfucking dead.
Game.
Damn, did I get nuked?
Yes,
Not
you
just
did.
you.
Yeah.
Not just me. But a whole motherfucking bunch of people just got nuked.
Woohoo!
All right, guys. Congratulations. You have just completed the adventure.
Damn. Well, I don't know about me completing the adventure, but hey, good job, guys.
Hey, you come to a full circle. Came to a full circle.
Yeah.
What
sure
was
did.
survived? Look at that.
Eggtoe.
Wait, you didn't survive? Wait,
I survived. I'm the only person
Eggtoe.
that survived.
Like, this is the
you
only
will be-
survivor.
You will be.
wait, you're the only one who survived? How did I miss that? Oh, shit.
Yeah, Ecto
Yeah.
survived.
You will
Eggtoe's the
find
only
that her ship is.
Ecto!
People on her ship are wearing Imperial uniforms. They
Mhm.
have ranks. It appears to be running at Imperial crisp discipline.
That's
You are
amazing.
actually put in a brig and brought up on charges,
Oh, shit.
which will be they're like temporary charges. Harboring a weapon of mass destruction, releasing a biological nightmare, and almost attempted genocide, things like that. And they let you know that they're hauling you back into the Imperium to be debriefed by an agent. Once
You'll probably just have doc pay for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, no, that's kind of
once you get to the Imperium, they're willing to strike a deal with you. Actually,
Oh yeah.
given your past record and your previous clearances, they'll let you go if you promise to say absolutely nothing about this incident or they're operating in the Trojan Reach.
Yeah. Why would I ever want to talk about that again? Not exactly good to talk about weird metal husks.
Okay, that was the game. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked blowing this place to smithereens. That was my that was the funnest part I had.
Sorry, Varn.
That's
Oh,
okay.
man.
I held them off. I gave the time and the opportunity for
Yeah.
this to happen.
You did a great
I
job.
tell
dude.
myself when I'm dead.
Does anybody have any questions about the adventure?
That was pretty straightforward. We saved the fucking galaxy.
You did. If that had
Why would you
not,
save my home planet.
And also kind of endangered.
that
it.
is correct. You did save the home planet.
We
And
also kind of fucked it by setting off a nuke underground
yeah, well,
on the planet.
trust me when I say no more than it's already fucked.
Yeah.
But the fact that they set it off underground actually spared your parents.
Oh.
So your village survives. But Did you understand what was going on with the military and these people?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
cool.
think they kind of went into like a special ops sort of situation.
Oh, not the Imperial military, the Sindalian military. When you found the virus and the guy who shot himself
that
in the
was
head.
straightforward. That was
Okay.
straightforward.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, the thing that I'm kind of curious about is the pirate lady. Was she actually operating under the Imperial command this whole time? And
She was.
She had
Yeah.
a higher rank than
Super,
others?
Oh,
super
No,
spec ops.
she didn't.
stuff.
She didn't have a higher rank than you did.
Or she was
But-
like mad spec ops?
She was special ops, but the thing was, she had cover, right? She was operating as a pirate, so that anything she did, the Imperium could claim impunity.
Yeah.
Like we don't know what she
that
did,
makes sense.
right?
Yeah, I just didn't realize.
So she couldn't reveal to you who she was until the very end.
Damn. Well, all right.
Yeah.
That's a hashtag redemption scene. Yeah.
That was pretty
That was
pretty
pretty
intense.
good.
You know what? I do have one question. What about our dear friend Nettie?
Yeah. No, it's a good thing we didn't bring him up.
Nandy was
Nandy, I'm sorry.
Nandy is going to be fine. He was actually a Giordani spy.
Oh,
shit. Yes. And he knew that there was a horrible biological weapon
what?
here,
Do this shit?
and he gave it to you so that you would go find it and create a problem. Because if you would unleash this, it would take enormous resources from the Imperium to take care of this problem. And while the Imperium was unleashing enormous resources to deal with this, it would not only destabilize the region, but it would pull resources from regions they cared about.
Dang it! I should have known. I'm
Damn.
so
Now,
aware.
that's a fucking conspiracy.
Okay. I really love like mechas and like sci-fi, and of course the ditzy, clumsy guy at the beginning who befriends you is the twist villain. I should have seen that. I should have seen
on
it.
the same page.
You doubled us. That was good. That was amazing. I'm glad we got some closure on it.
Great work. That was good. That was good. Wow.
Man, that twist would have been awesome though if we got the.
No, truly.
Well, here's the thing. Like, this could have turned out any number of ways.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You all could have gotten away. They would have still sacrificed themselves. Those 4 officers would still have come in here to blow this thing, because they were here to stop it at all costs. Right? They knew that the Sindalians were into some really scary, high-tech bio-cyber weaponry, and they didn't want it to be found. For all the reasons you might expect. And they've been trying to stop you every step of the way without actually killing you. If you think...
It's kind of their fault for not being like straight up front with it, though.
Well, top secret. But I will say this. Wait. Here's the thing. If Eggto had blown the ship, they wouldn't have been here. Remember when Eggto could have pulled the trigger and sent your ship up in smoke?
Oh yeah, he held his fire.
He held his fire, and that's why they were here.
Well,
wow.
Fuck fire.
Good call, Eggto. That all came around for you.
I won't say they saved us, but like they definitely helped. And at least they died in the fire with us. So fuck them.
Yeah. You're not sure you would have been able to hold out enough without them. But then again, if you'd blown it a little bit sooner, who knows how much damage that still would have done. You don't know. But at any rate, thank you very much for playing. I really hope that
Thanks for DMing, man.
Oh, my pleasure. I really hope it was fun for all of you in one way, shape, or another. Thank you for trying out the software. Hopefully the software made it more understandable.
It is so convenient.
Which, by the way, is linked in the chat right now.
Yeah, RPGsuite.com. Check it out. And if you're on YouTube now checking it out, it's going to be in the description.
All right.
If you like Traveler, please consider RPG Suite because it makes Traveler just a wee bit easier.
They also
for
have
the
software.
audio.
They have software for generating character, which takes you all the way through the life path system. Automated, lovely, cool visual details. And then they have a separate thing for running it with the sheet. Also very cool. Also great. I believe there's some free trial stuff to like noodle around with it available. So by all means, hop in, check it out.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. With that, no, unless you have anything else, I will yank us.
All right.
We are going to raid. Who's
Whomst are we raiding? Not
Twitch? Show me who's online. Okay. That's them. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna raid 10-hour marathon. Why not?
10-hour marathon. What's up?
Cool.
And raid Saluna. Everyone, be very kind, and we're all very polite members of this community here. And yeah, we will see you on the jump.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.
All right.
All right. Thank you for hosting. Bye.